All right, everyone, welcome back. Sorry, OBS throwed an error at me. Welcome back. Thank you for coming to Spelljammer 998, session 36. So last week on Spelljammer, forgive me while I get our week break flushed out of my brain. 2 weeks ago on session 35, we started the session as you guys were finishing up somewhat difficult conversation with Vera DeCanneth and Bree Silverport pertaining to one of them wants to go with you on the Mantis expedition. That's what I've been calling it in my head. The other one doesn't feel so free to just up and leave to the edge of the universe. Randy presented Cade his new hat. His cast a spell allows him to manipulate his or other people's emotions. And you guys got some only Cade content. That was not my joke. Took that from the recording. Only Cade content to wrap up the night, as Cade seemed to have not an existential crisis, but some serious thoughts on his head. The next morning, Sly showed back up at Mantis HQ and gave you guys the the mission briefing, that he had promised you guys. He told you a handful of things, most of it pertaining to the base of operations you guys are trying to sneak into, presumably in the guts of the Rock of Brawl. What's the highlights here? It tells you it's likely well garrisoned. You guys are finding that out as we speak. There are some freaky emissaries there from beyond the curtain. And that the unknowable one may not be the one calling all of the shots. After that, Demos called Zephyr into a meeting, and Zephyr spilled some major beans about Zephyr's personal life. And he wasn't happy about it, per Zephyr. But this opened up some revelations for all of you. And then you guys went to the Mercane, had a conversation with them, realized they had known this all along, before going on to the rock, and finding the tunnels you had entered previously with Marcus, however many sessions ago. Before using the map, Sly provided you guys to work your way deep into the tunnel very professionally. The montage was like Mission Impossible in my head, at least I guess, whatever Mission Impossible's like.
Referencing a movie he's never seen.
I'm doing my best.
Going in the supercut.
You guys did eventually make your way to the door and make your way inside, slipping past the guards or whatever had been posted in the front of the facility to keep watch, and making your way deeper in, where you found this very large, kind of wiggling, oscillating statue. May not be the right word, but you guys took what appeared to have been the power source from this statue, which Demos identified to be a prototype of a magical item called a void sphere. Y'all didn't like it. It gave you the creeps. Y'all put it in the bag, I think. Then after that, you guys made your way down this here hallway. Oh, am I on the right place? Boing, this hallway. Randy and Drix went sneaking on ahead, found a really creepy room over here that was very dark, had people slipped up against a wall, smelled awful, not fun room. I don't remember what they called it, but they didn't like it. And then, of course, you guys found at the end of this hallway, there does seem to be a little, I've called it a guard room. So the walls, as you can see here, have crenellations, really. There's not windows. There are just horizontal slats in the wall that they can see out of. It's a guard hut, you know, like you guards have when you remember. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to describe. Don't know what it's called. Anyway, y'all saw some Void Forge in there, and that's where we left off, as you guys were trying to figure out which way to go next. Questions, comments, concerns, shenanigans, or anything I forgot?
We peeked in the mystery room, and I think I drew this two-butthole motherfucker over here. Is that what we saw?
No, we did not definitively see any Sirlons. You guys theorized that could be another Sirlon nest.
There was like gore and body parts and like bodies slumped up against walls, but we couldn't.
Did it smell the same as the last one?
I think I did describe it as smelling. I may have said rank. Sorry, the word I'm looking for escapes me. It doesn't smell like death. It smells like poor hygiene.
Oh, it's the incel down.
Sort of.
It smells like how people imagine D&D tables smell in real life, like in person.
It smells like an in-person Magic tournament.
Oh! Damn. Does not smell like Teen Spirit.
Smells like Mission Impossible, I'm guessing.
That's my best guess.
My nostrils, they're hurting just thinking about it.
All right, Mantis. You find yourselves in the depths of what appears to be a rather large and well-garrisoned facility for the Cult of Truth that you guys have been chasing around for some sessions now. Randy and Drix have snuck ahead and noticed some guards in what appears to be a cross-section, and you guys should be able to see on the map. There are a couple of other directions back the other way. How would you like to proceed?
I think that we briefly talked about using an arcane lock on this door to prevent any whatever is in there from bursting out if we engage the people to the south, at least buying us a little bit of time. I'm still down for doing that. You guys think that is a worthy endeavor?
I think, what level spell is that?
It's a second level, which I haven't used any, so I still have 3 slots. If it would buy us time in combat or help us from getting overwhelmed in combat, then I think it's worth it. However, since there's only 2 that we see down there, I'm fine for rolling the dice and boxing at both ends.
Yeah, my only fear is we don't know how big this dungeon is. Like, I'd hate for you to
Yeah.
blow one of your 3 second level spell slots, and then they're like, there's nothing in there. It's just a bunch of bodies or old stinky people, and you've blown it for nothing.
Old sneaky people. No, that's fair. I'm totally down to do other things. My dudes.
I guess you could always, if you wanted to, you could always ready an action for something gross bust through the door, then blast it.
How long does it take to cast Arcane Lock?
It's an action. So
So you could
pop it off real quick.
You could do it mid battle. If
they open the door, I don't think I could use it. Well, it's not so much if we retreat in there. It's if there is something in there right now, I'd like to lock it in so we can take care of these
Right.
2 and then focus on that. But I've got
Rod of warning.
It should give us. We won't be surprised, but I don't think it tells. Well, I think it does tell you if there's creatures within 30 feet. Might be thinking of something else, but I think it does have a perk or something like that.
I think it's
I don't
just
think
that you
it
can't be
doesn't.
surprised.
Yeah, you just can't be surprised. Rod of alertness or rod of warning. Yeah.
Katana of warning, I think, is what he has.
It's a dagger.
No, he has a. Oh.
We should roll.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
What was
only,
it, Brandon? Wazisaki? No. The
Was
is
short
what-
katana you named.
Oh,
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
couldn't even tell you.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it should-
Wakasashi.
Wakasashi.
No, but that
Wasabi.
the item should be on your character sheet. The one I'm looking at, I do not think is what
It is, and it's the 30 feet you're thinking about is it allies within 30 feet of me. Like when it pops, can't be surprised.
That's right. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Which just remind me, I took this with me, and you guys are back there. The shadow globe's also active, by the way, but Pass Without Trace follows me as well, so it's not really helping you guys.
You need to make an aura, my friend. An aura around yourself.
An R.
Like Harry Potter, an aura.
All right, let me this.
An aura. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm making fun of. An aura.
That's
These
that's
are-
the Eberron version.
10-foot squares.
Yes, sir. Well, Mantis, you have decisions to make.
I think we'll be all right. Let him come.
The concern I do have right now is I didn't realize that this thing had just like slits in it. I thought it was more like open windows that you all could see through and try to blast things through. But if it's more
Well, if
like
they're slits, they're holes, which means if it were glass, we couldn't shoot through without
Yeah.
it shattering into potentially.
I do imagine them as rectangles. When painless, not slots so much as cut
How
out
big,
rectangles.
how tall and wide would you say that each window is?
Probably 2 feet tall, and 4 foot wide or 5 foot wide, like
Yeah,
2 of them in each wall, sort of thing.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to make sure
I
it was
mean,
big
they're-
enough to see and blast a spell or arrow.
They're
through,
made to
pretty
shoot
much.
out of, so the
Right.
reverse should be true.
So I guess the question is, do you want us to try to sneak up and get try to go for like a surprise round on these dudes? Do you want us to do something to try to draw them out and engage in the hallway? I don't know the best way to go about this.
I think neutralizing them before they realize anything is up is our best bet.
Yeah.
If we want to pop off already in action around this corner at the same time and pop, or maybe ready ourselves to where when we hear you guys fight, we hear you engage. Oh, we have telepathy. I forget.
Mhm. It's like I can count
Yeah.
it down to everybody and like say, all right, we're going, and just get in there and try to get the round. And I guess everybody should have enough range from back there to shoot at them as well.
Yeah, we're 3 of the ranged boys. We do have mystery things behind the door, so I say once we're made, moving slightly more into the hallway would be good. This
Yeah.
corner is good for cover, but not if there's somebody sneaking on our back door.
Right.
Damos. Or, I'm sorry, Davos.
Knocking on Demo's back door.
A song with
Oh
that.
boy.
Okay, I'm down to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
let's...
you
He's
are.
down to do it.
I ready
Awesome.
my bow.
I'm going to ready a spell. Probably just start with a cantrip. Yeah, there's just 2 of them. I don't want to waste anything big AoE on them. I'll go with Frostbite. Oh, no,
Yeah,
I'll
Could
do
you-
it. I'll do it.
readying Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Could you 3 arrange yourselves where you actually have line of sight on those guys, please?
I was
then
trying to
please-
get
Yeah.
bin stuff so I can roll
We
in.
just lean like one
Well-
after the other after the other. out the
I'm
door.
pulling it up too, Barb, so I can help you as you need. I've got it pulled up, I should say. And I can help you as you need. Let me see. What are we thinking, Zephyr? You gonna be behind Demos, sort of? And
Yeah.
please measure, friends. Or I can measure too.
I want
Oh, I
to say
see.
80 feet, 90 feet. I got it.
You got it. Is that good?
They're
Oh,
both
yeah.
less than 100, so I think that's range for everybody.
Everybody got
Not
something
for
that
this
goes over
boy.
100.
Yeah, I am changing
got
to a firebolt because they're not within 5 feet for the ice knife.
Okay,
Like I can Eldritch Blast from across the universe. It's fine.
interesting. Randy and Drix. So, Randy, are you moving forward? You said you're going to count it down. You've already made stealth checks to get that far. Are you moving anymore?
I mean, I guess we're gonna have to. I'm gonna try to get kind of close to the window, because I don't think sprinting from here for the surprise attack is gonna be most beneficial for trying to get like within it. I would prefer to be within 30 feet of them to try and initiate it because that's like standard movement for most people.
You say
So,
count down
how-
to 10.
well, I need stealth checks from you two. If you guys are going to creep forward to do things this way, I'll roll
think
Ben's
you do
stealth
have-
check.
I think
you
you
should-
should have Pass Without Trace.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, you'll both have pass without trace, and you both have advantage because you're Carapace.
What is that radius around you, my dude?
That's
That's
pass
the-
without
Pass without
trace.
Shadow.
trace.
That's only 15 feet. That should be 30, I think.
Oh, I picked 15 radius. I think it was. I don't know what the actual size is of that spell.
It may be 30 radius.
I think it is. Yeah,
Alright,
each creature you choose within 30 feet.
I'm glad I have advantage. Didn't help a ton, but it helped a little bit.
Cool.
This is a 28 and a 32.
28 and a 32. That's
So I
pretty
should
good
double
there,
that.
friends.
Okay.
Wait, why are you doubling it?
Is this the correct radius? No, I mean like from my.
Oh,
overall-
yes, 30,
Oh,
yes.
30-foot radius, correct, sir.
Okay. Cancel.
Oh, my. Okay. Okay.
There you go. Now it's real big.
Yeah. All right. All right. Randy and Drix, professionals that you guys are. I like to think even too, at least one of you is like on the wall or the ceiling, like crawling on all of your legs, to get into a good position. You do make it within 30 feet of them, or within one of them or both of them or whichever it is that you choose. And you guys may proceed as you see fit. You feel very confident they haven't noticed you yet.
Okay. I guess I'll telepathically reach out to Drix and say, all right, take the one on the left, take the one on the right. I'm gonna count it down for everybody else. And then I start broadcasting, counting down from 5. 5, 4. Well, yeah, 3,
Sorry, I'm trying to get in within 30 feet.
Synchronized leaps through the windows.
2, 1. Go! And I'm blast up in here.
Okay.
Witness.
Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff happens. I am going to put kind of Drix over here so that people can still shoot in here. So that's the kind of the idea is on when you say go, you guys are just going to rush in there and go to get them.
Mhm.
Okay, so what we do need to do is we need to roll initiative. You guys will get a surprise round. So the whole first round, they don't get to do anything. Oh god, where's the encounter? Oh wait, I'm not gonna say re-roll, but okay. Oh, you have advantage though. It tried to put that 7 in there for you.
I know, that's so annoying. 24, baby.
Oh, I can hit Drix. Do you need me to hit Zephyr too, Barb?
Yeah,
Oh, I
go
can
ahead
pull up.
and hit me too.
Do you have him up, Devin?
I
Uh,
do.
I have Drix pulled up as well if you need to run Barb or
I
somebody
like how all
else. or
three of
anything.
us got drinks.
Got our boy.
Takes a village to run a character. I may have to pull them over here to another. 2 seconds. I'm gonna try new things today. Drix had what, a 5, and then Zephyr had a 19. Oh, hi Goob. All right, y'all. Here we go. I'll click start. Y'all don't have a thing yet, do you? There's your thing.
Hey, there's the thing.
Thank
All
you.
right, Buck Bramble, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
All right, Buck Bramble. I'm just brambling along. I'm gonna take. Let's see, where's my stuff? I'm gonna take 2 swings at this guy because I can do that now. It's a 16 hit.
Guy right in front of you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, it does.
Are these both Warforged?
Since you asked, they are both Warforged. They don't look very much alike, though.
They
One
look
of them
like mini
looks-
models. Sorry.
One of them looks like the original ones you saw the first time, the one in front of Drix. The other one looks like the more advanced versions you saw in the Golden Cog.
Which one's which? Am I fighting the bad one?
You are fighting the bad one. You didn't hit it though.
But a
What's the
16
damage on
hit.
that? Yeah, what's the
it's
damage on that?
18 damage on my sneak attack.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm gonna swing on him again.
Okay.
With
First
a
shift.
19 to hit.
Yes, yes, yes.
Love to see it.
It's only 6 damage.
Yes, sir.
And then you know what? I'm gonna swing again for my bonus action. Because I get 3 attacks now.
Marshals do be marshals.
Oh, 14.
Oh, that does not hit it. It is in the process of pulling away. These seem much more light on their feet, much more capable of fluid movement than their former counterparts here. Zephyr, you're up. If that's all you got, Randy.
That's all I got.
I guess. Zephyr, which one do you want to hit? You said Eldritch Blast earlier.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and hit the one on the right. The one that's technically, I guess, closer to me.
Yes, ma'am. Let me see here.
I can't move my Zephyr, though, for what it's worth. I can move everybody else, it looks like. Huh.
Let's fix that.
That's
What? It is weird. It was controlled by
delete the
Demos.
token and pull up. I might have pulled it down for her last week.
That's
Oh,
true.
there
Try
we
now,
go.
Bo. Yeah, try now.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Let's
You get how many of them now?
I think just 2 still.
What level are you, Warlock?
8.
Oh,
Did we level up again? Did I miss something?
I think we did recently.
We're level 8. That is correct.
Okay, we are level 8. Okay, so let's see.
Oh,
Let me
wow.
see. I don't get 3 beams until 11th level, so
Oh, yeah. No worries.
it's still just
Man.
the 2. So
Still kicking ass. taking
up. That's a 26 and a 25.
Hell yeah. 8. All right. So you guys y'all open up with it and are like, all right, here we go. Y'all get some damage off on them immediately. So
Okay.
these guys are surprised. Echo, you're up. Demos, you're on deck.
I'm gonna do that -5 plus 10 sharpshooter feat on the one on the right, by the way. So that's a 15.
It's not a hit. I'm sorry.
Second shot, same thing, sharpshooter. Never mind. They go wide. I almost hit Randy.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but with the crenellations and Randy right there, I like to think the one that misses grazes in between them. Randy, you see a spark off your carapace. Demos, you're up.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pop off a firebolt at the one that Randy's fighting. That's a big old +8 for roll there. it was almost a 16, but it became a 6. And a 14 does not hit, does it?
No, sir.
Man, I really want this fucking surprise round, so I'm gonna burn. I think I just have to do 1 for a cantrip. Let me look. Then 2. Oh. I guess I've already declared the attack, so I can't twin it. And it's 2 sorcery points to quicken it, so I'm not gonna waste that on a cantrip. Deimos will grunt and be like, I knew that was gonna happen. Pass the bug.
I see. So that's a no.
Yeah.
Is that all you got? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, no bonus actions.
Okay.
Misty Step, but
Next one is surprise. Then it's Drix's turn. So what I think Drix is gonna do, before he gets within 10 feet of this one here that he's after, as he's like rushing towards it, Drix snaps out one of the wands of magic missiles that you guys have and just unloads it. Except he leaves 1 charge so that it doesn't.
so that's
It has 7
5.
charges, right?
yeah. So you're using 6 for 5 plus 3, 8 bullets. So whatever 8d4 is plus 8.
It only rolls the first one.
It only does the 1. Yeah.
What?
It's dumb.
Tell me that again. How many do I need to?
8 total, so 7 more.
Thank you.
And that one already has the 1 on it, but you're gonna get that plus 7 to whatever the other.
Oh, what? Is it R slash? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Should have been prepared for that. Prepared for this. Oh, what? Finally.
Was
Oh. I messed up.
Yeah, it should be 7d4 plus 7.
God dang it. Fine. You know why I can't do this? It's because I've been doing it this way instead.
Right, so that's 16 plus 7, which is 23, plus 3 more is 26.
Okay. It does take his action to do. He will. You know what? Oh, I wish Ben were here. Drix's passive perception is 21. Drix sees that there, off to his right, is what appears to be a big hanging bell with like the thing hanging from it, like you would grab and ring back and forth. And he puts himself in between the Void Forge and this alarm bell because he sees it when he comes in because he has really high perception.
Where was that bell in?
Right there, over here in this corner. Randy, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
Cool. Now that I know the bell's there, I'm gonna smack this guy. I'm gonna try to boom and blade him. See if I can lock him down a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see if this hits first.
Let me know what it is, please.
25.
Have my rolls hidden.
For sure
Hits.
hits. That's 15 damage with my sneak attack. Plus an additional 5 thunder damage. So
Okay.
20
Okay.
total.
If he moves, he takes even more.
If he moves, he takes 11 more damage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to swing again. 12 misses. I don't think I have much reason to not do this, so I'm just gonna... I've already hit him. I'm gonna bonus action, swing one more time. 15, does that hit?
Oh, it meets.
Oh, hey! For 6 more damage.
You okay?
And then I'm gonna, because I've hit him, I can now move away without getting opportunity attack against me. So I'm gonna scoot back and taunt him a little bit and say, "Come for me, sucker."
Oh my.
Oh.
Zephyr, you're up.
All right,
Careful what
well,
you wish for there, Randy.
I'm just gonna old tried and true and throw 2 more Eldritch Blasts at him. The same one. It might not come for Randy. 25 and a 19.
Both of those hit.
Yeah, so that's 19 force damage.
Yeah.
Okay, it's definitely taken a beating. It is definitely past the bloodied point. You guys can see chunks of its metal starting to fall off, and the kind of organic wires that make it up. Maybe not this one. That may be rubber. Okay. Anything else, Zephyr?
Hold on. I don't know if I want to get close enough to Eldritch Shove him too. I guess I'll just wait here. I don't want to get too close. I'm not ready to die yet.
Okay.
First for Zephyr.
It is now the striker's turn. Which is this guy y'all been wailing on real hard. Okay, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. You know, it doesn't react. It's just this. It's still this emotionless looking Warforged Randy, but you taunt it, and it looks, and you watch as it raises a hand, and then it looks very similar to Zephyr's magic, but it is pitch black. Maybe with this kind of silver outline around it, as the ability is called Eldritch Burst. So I really kind of think it's almost like an Eldritch Blast. And it gets to make 3 of these. So it's sending 2 at you, Randy.
Level 11. Fuck.
It's pretty strong. The first one was 11. The second one was a 26.
Yeah, the 26 definitely hits.
Sorry I didn't roll damage on the thing, which is fine. You take 25 force damage as this thing. Yeah, it's like throwing Eldritch fireballs at y'all, like fucking Mario over here. I think the third one is gonna go at Drix. It's realized what's happened. It's not at all pleased with what's going on here. Did you not roll? Ooh, that's a 25. Pretty sure hits Drix.
$25 definitely hits Strix, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as the much more advanced looking Warforged gets over its surprise round, turns and starts chucking Eldritch Burst at you guys. You can see it, its head kind of spin around. It immediately locks on the bell behind you, Randy. The next monster isn't aware you guys are there. Echo, you're up. Demos, you're on deck.
I'm gonna go for 2 arrows on the same fella.
Okay.
These
are
again.
Warforged Strikers, as opposed to the Abductor you guys fought a couple of sessions ago.
14 doesn't hit, does it?
No, sir.
Alright, last chance. Sharpshooter. Hell yeah.
Does
Does 25 hit?
Absolutely. Out of 19? Yeah.
Add 10 damage.
17 damage. Okay.
Oh, I don't
Solid.
know why I wasn't doing this. Bonus action, Echo. I'll put him up there in a sec.
Heard. Awesome. Bonus action.
That'll
So
be there.
you're
Enter my turn.
Demos, you're up.
Fucking fast. 30 feet past my boy Zephyr here. I will give Echo a shout to keep his eye on that door if he can. While you're up here. I'm gonna go ahead and really want to try to save my spell slot, so I think I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna use their Constitution is probably good. Fuck it. I'm gonna try to hit the big boy with a Wither and Bloom. Can I get it to make a con save for me?
Yes, sir, you can. $16.
Oh, 16 meets, I think. Would make it 5. Maybe. I think it does take half. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Did not mean to roll that. Or half as much. So instead of the 10, he's going to take 5 necrotic damage. I can also. I think Randy's the only one close enough. I'm going to give him. You get to re-roll a hit die and add that plus 3 to your hit.
I get to roll a hit die and add that plus 3 to my hit points.
Yes, sir. While you're doing that, I am going to. Oh no, that's a spell. It's not a cantrip. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. No less.
Is that it for you? Is that it for you? I'm sorry.
There you go.
Roll a one.
Oh.
Hold up. Now this guy gets to go. He's going to take the step he needs to into Drix's range, and Drix gets to smack him for this. Because Drix wouldn't have positioned himself where that wouldn't happen. Drix is smart. 22, so Drix gets another 7 bludgeoning damage off on this guy as he enters his range. He is going to take 2 swipes at Drix. So this regular Warforged, whatever you want to call him, closes with Drix and tries to knock him over. Oh no.
Oh, I think that's a reaction, actually.
Okay. So 21 hits Drix. So the Void Forge gets him. How long gets to make 1? Gets to make 2. Second one does not hit. So as this regular Void Forge closes in, it smacks Drix in the hip with its asteroid hammer, but the second little trip misses as Drix kind of hops over it, and it's now Drix's turn. Pardon. Let's say, Barb, are you driving? Are you busy? I can move Drix.
No, not yet. I've got about 20 more minutes before I have to get him.
Herb. Third uses magic missile. Drix is just gonna smack him twice. I think he gets 2. Well, he gets the bonus action. Drix did not have a good return as it kind of catches him off guard. The Eldritch Burst and the Astral Hammer together kind of has Drix backpedaling for a second. Randy, you're up. Zephyr on deck.
Cool. Let's see. I don't know if I want to burn this yet or not. I think I will. No. I'm going to scoot back up to this dude who did the Eldritch stuff. I don't like that very much. And I'm going to see if I can smack him around a little bit more.
Okay.
I'll throw just a 22 to hit.
Yes.
Gonna throw
Roll damage on that. You get a sneak attack on that, right?
20 damage.
That's it. Randy, you realize the danger in allowing these much more advanced Void Forge to persist. You step forward and your katanas leave their sheaths at the same time as you cut through him with a scissor cut. And its upper half collapses to the ground.
And then I'm first off, yay! I'm glad that he's dead because I didn't like that dude chunking me for 20-something damage.
Oh yeah, 10-10. Good move.
I'm gonna come over here with the rest of my movement and see if I can help my boy Drix out with my next attack.
Yeah.
So 21.
Yes,
sir. Because I know he's going for the bell, I throw a booming blade on that. So that's technically weird, right? I get 2 attacks. Do I have to use the spell on my first attack as my action, or could I use it on the second one?
Technically, you have to use it the first time. So what you're doing is casting a spell. That is your action. And because of that, it doesn't trigger the second attack. You make the attack as part of the spell. Your action is casting a spell.
Gotcha. In that case, no boom blade on that. It does 8 damage.
Oh, so close. This Void Forge is not looking good. It's critical. You can tell that it's just barely hanging on. Drix has done a good bit of the work already.
I still have a bonus action attack, so I'm going to try and hope that I finish it. I rolled a 3, so I don't finish
it. Sorry, Randy.
It's fine.
Zephyr, what you got?
All right. Do I need to move, or is this enough? Okay, yeah, no. I was like, if there's enough space for me to
squeeze one in,
pop in to get a clear shot here.
Definitely a bell.
All right, and we're gonna fire an Eldritch Blast at him. I don't want to waste my spell slots on him. So.
Wait, you have spell slots?
I have two.
Like
I have
two.
two technically patch slots.
Oh boy, both of those hit. That's plenty enough. Zephyr,
Obliterate him.
yeah, Zephyr, you dash forward and just let him have it. Two Eldritch Blast of Light come lancing between you guys, between the Buggo boys, and eliminates that last Void Forge, and things go quiet.
I would like to concentrate real hard for just a second and see how quiet things are. Like, does it sound like there's movement? Is anything opening things or approaching?
Let's find out together, shall we? Oh. You can't hear anything approaching. You don't hear any sounds of metal on stone. Things are as quiet as they were before you started the altercation.
Do we see? Is this a room, or is there windows on the other side that we could see through?
Yes,
Reveal
sir.
some map.
Glad you said that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is, it does seem to be like a thoroughfare or a cross section. I almost think of it as a roundabout. And it looks like there is wall here. I think this is a fault of like these random map generators, but pretend this wall isn't here.
So that's a doorway?
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense otherwise. The two sections would be totally cut off from each other.
So it's like a four-way then, essentially. It looks like there's paths in
Yeah.
every direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from inside of that room, you guys can see, those windows are on every side. These guys were in this room because it provided some amount of cover, and they could see every corner of this thoroughfare, of this four-way.
Deimos
So does
like
that mean we could see every corner?
Good.
we see
It
down
also
the hall.
implies it's a central thoroughfare and is probably well traveled.
We should duck
Probably
down, take a peek
get
down
to
the
the side.
hallways, and try to disable that bell, just so nothing else can use it if it comes up behind us.
Yeah, and actually, I don't. With an inspection, I wouldn't. Is it just like a physical bell?
Yes, sir. It is like a rope, a big bell on a rope, and you grab the rope, and it would swing the whatever that part's called back and forth inside the bell.
Pendulum.
I feel like that's pretty easy then. I would just pop over with a dagger or something and just try to cut the rope so that the bangy thing doesn't work anymore.
You
Deimos-
can cut the bangy thing out. Boop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just cut the rope that it's hanging on so that it doesn't.
Unhook the ball from the bell.
Mm-hmm.
I would also pose to everybody else if it seems heavily traveled. I would pose to everybody. You think we should try to get these bodies out of here and hide them somewhere? Maybe back there in the hallway by that door or something?
Good idea.
Then what if whatever's in the door comes out and sees us there?
Well, maybe we block the door with the body, slow it down.
I feel like we're picking up the one war forged, but Drix is like starting to gnaw into the other one already.
Bang, bang, bang.
That's metal, buddy. You can't eat that.
It's a matter of pride.
You ever bite aluminum? Ugh.
Oh,
Stop.
Devin, don't you make a face. You used to chew bottle caps for fucking fun, you psychopath. And
What do you mean
you know-
used to?
And Coke tabs.
still does, you're right. You're a monster. You put one in his... Alright, can we all take a duck down and take peeks through these windows down these hallways, see what we can see?
Let's see here. All right. So it sounds like if you're, yeah. So I'm gonna need Demos, Zephyr, and Echo to make stealth checks, as you have to get to where Randy and Drix are to all kind of get in position to look down these kajiggers.
Can I come here, and once they tell me there's hallways on both sides, can I climb through the window?
You can't climb through the window.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Oh, baby,
Not
come
bad,
on.
Not bad.
Oh, that's not great.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, it's not
What
great,
do you mean
Demos.
not bad?
Oh no, Demos. Oh, okay. Well, okay. You guys all feel mostly confident that you have.
Deimos lands on the bell. Fuck.
Yeah, you guys feel mostly confident that you've snuck into the little cross section without alerting anything that could be nearby. Two of you can make perception checks to look down the hallways. Spoiler alert! Like most of these maps, it's just a turn.
Well, I'm gonna let Drix do it. So you want me to roll for him?
If you want to, yeah. While I'm revealing stuff.
It's a 20 for Drix.
So y'all can see all of this room. There we go. 20 for Drix. What's the other one?
Who has good perception? Not it.
Me.
Not it.
Hey man,
Sounds like Drix with advantage to me.
I got good battle sense, alright? I don't have good normal sense. I don't see crap except for the battlefield. I could roll another one if you want to give me
both
advantage.
have a familiar.
Let's see here.
Like my perception's +4, so you know.
Yeah, definitely Zephyr then.
Yeah, I'm over here with a -1, and you're hesitating on a +4. Dog, take it.
All right. And I perceived with a 16, hopefully.
A 16 and a 20?
Mhm.
Yeet, yeet. 1 second. I'm rearranging tabs up here. All right. So, as you guys can see, a lot of these are like this is a sharp turn into another corridor. This is also a sharp turn into another corridor. This seems to open up a little bit into what you guys gather is another vestibule of some kind. I think it's the right word, vestibule. And then I would say with a 20, Drix can probably... He just kind of picks up on this faint metal on stone scraping sound. It doesn't sound rhythmic or persistent. It sounds sort of like restless shifting, but he doesn't hear it very often. It's coming from this particular corridor.
Okay.
I say that we have one of you sneaky boys take a peek around the 2 other corners where we don't hear movement, just to get a lay of the land, and then maybe neutralize that target next.
Sneaky peeky boys.
Sneaky peek.
I can do that. The Shadow Globe's gonna go with me, and I'll also shoot a quick message to Drix and say, "Hey, buddy, you're not looking so hot. I think you're more than just your pride got hurt in that last one. You got something that might be able to perk you up a little bit."
We do have health potions.
Yeah, he should drink.
Really glad you mentioned that.
And Devin, you do know we want to hide those bodies. We said back by that other room.
I mean,
Okay, y'all are for sure gonna do that?
I
I think
guess.
leaving them in here might be the.
Maybe we
Or
just shove them
are
up
we-
against the walls, like in the corners, so they're not like in direct line of sight from the windows, at least.
Okay.
I mean, I'm open to vote on that, but I feel like if something comes out of that door, then it's gonna, it's gonna
Eat
find
it?
us. Hopefully.
It's just gonna
I
trip
mean,
over
if
the
that
metal
is,
corpses.
that's a fair point. If that is the butthole room, then they just leave corpses there all the time. I'm sure. Like,
The boom boom room.
We brought our offering to you. Please don't eat us. Here's your food.
did we see blood in that room? In the stinky room?
From
It was really, really dark in there. So, not really. No.
From what I recall, yeah, it was mostly like just a really bad smell, and then we could see like the shapes of figures up against the wall, but we couldn't really tell what state they were in.
It didn't
Let's go ahead and
smell
bug up
alive.
boys do some sneaking and some peeking. Don't like that.
Drix
Whatever that
gets... That's Drix's health potion.
Oh, perfect.
He used one of the
3-1.
superiors.
That sucks.
I'll peek around this one.
Okay, that is, Randy, a long corridor. Let me get this added to Drix's HP real fast. God bless America. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was trying to get that situated. All right, Randy, this is a long corridor. Don't know what it is with these maps, but it does turn right there.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry.
I'll relay that back to the party. Looks like it goes up. Turns.
Which corridor are y'all wanting to Drix to take a look at?
He and Randy are checking out.
The same one?
That one.
The one
I would
he's
say
heard
check
the
out-
sounds from?
I think we're gonna leave that one for last. Like, check to
Okay.
see if there's anything else in the immediate vicinity, and then try to tackle that fucker. I just don't want there
I
to be.
don't like this narrow corridor. We're going to be limited tactically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean this one up here?
Yeah,
Well-
Randy's corridor.
Technically, these are 10-foot squares, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir.
So
Oh yeah, huh? Not
it's
as
still,
bad.
still not the best.
I think we're just taking peeks right now. They're both pretty agile. I say, plus they've got the pass without trace. I say take a peek down that corner.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Skid around.
Yeah. Another perception check from Mr. Drixie Boy. I got you since you've been since you're creeping around. Oh, either are great. Never mind, I'm not doing that no more.
He didn't look at nothing.
He only gets one anyway. He doesn't have advantage, as far as or unless y'all were doing together.
No, I was kind of assuming a group thing, yeah. But that's cool. Either way, 12 is the first. What's he get a gander at?
Man, for 12, it's kind of hard. It is dark in here. It's not a lot of light. Not that he needs it. This room actually is just. I guess I can't even call it familiar. It's a little weird. There is a very sparse amount of seating. Think like, maybe 3 chairs and this weird kind of almost like a podium looking thing. You could call it a pulpit, perhaps, if you wanted. With both of you being there, Randy Andrix, at least one of you would recognize it as where Yapoth was standing while you guys had been scrying on him.
Oh.
Smells like bitch in here.
That's just Donovan. Anyway,
And you know what? Actually, excuse me. There probably would be some tables scattered about with a variety of documents and things like that on it. Maybe maps on the wall, diagrams on the wall.
I'd throw that back to the group from there. Looks like a dead end, but the scene that Sly told us about Yapoth looks like this might have been where he was staging it at. So
Damos comes barreling down the hallway.
looks like there's a lot of papers and whatnot. And then I hit him with the I can't read.
Demos, make a history check.
Oh, much. Okay, I was scared for a second. All right.
Make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Dirty 20.
20. Having, a lot of historical context, you take a look around the room and realize it was most likely their war room. You see some very similar, like, some of the things on the diagrams on the walls look a lot like traditional battle strategy and tactics and things like that. So you gather pretty quickly that the stuff on the tables are probably, basic information. Not only formations and tactics and things of that nature, but it does seem to be where they were doing their a lot of their planning and war gaming, for lack of a better term.
Does this have like a list of targets, a list of operatives?
Oh boy,
rosters.
A list of targets, you say? This would probably have. Let me go. Me and take a mirror.
A list of all the members of Mantis.
So what? Oh yeah, you guys' wanted posters plastered all over the room. So what I'm gonna say is 2 of you can make an investigation check, or a perception check, or an insight check. I'll accept any of those 3 for the investigation you guys are gonna do around the room at the documents and the all the different tables and all the different maps and things like that.
The only thing I have is a +3 in one of those categories. I think you guys will have higher shit.
Might as well just give Drake's advantage. He has a +6 in perception.
Yeah, I get it. Read.
When did the bug become so literate? Or he rolled a nat 20, so never mind.
Yeah.
See if
I'm
I
literate in
get
37 languages.
A double nat 20. The dungeon collapses. We find a black hole in the middle of it. We escape.
You double nat 20? Damn.
No, it'd be cool if we did, though.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
We're all doubles. They're both 20s. Oof. Alright, so you find several things. So, of course, as usual, there do seem to be pieces of information that are not written down, that are just missing in the middle of the sentence. You guys have kind of figured out already a lot of that information is just transferred psionically from person to person. Seems to be part of their cipher to omit very important or specific information.
Is it the same cipher that we've been translating?
Yes, which is why y'all just straight translated it. Y'all done this a lot now. Yeah. So, in here, there is a lot of. You guys gather a couple of things. They have laid plans to steal as many House Cannith employees and autonomes as possible. They are laying plans to do so at the most opportune time, which is the ceremony that is coming up. You find explicit plans. Well, I shouldn't say plans. You find explicit evidence that is when they plan to make their move. You cannot find any hard details about how they're going to go about this. You gather again, probably something that only the inner circle, the psionically linked, know. You guys find that they are attempting. They will be attempting to obtain the chosen one and bring him to what is labeled as the tyrant. You also would probably gather that they have had a lot of contact with crews of Neogi. If you guys remember, those were those really fugly-looking space spider things with the long necks. Lots of frequent contact with crews, Neogi crews. And the most obscure, the most heavily ciphered, the most cryptic set of documents is probably the smallest table with the least notes. There is, you piece together this phrase that their apparently end goal is to bring void to Eberron.
Is that black sphere thing we left back there?
Who knows?
Certainly not your poker face.
Who knows? That's what.
I don't want to get caught up too long here. I think we take what seems valuable, especially if it seems like it'll fuck up their plans. Like if this information goes missing, it makes any part of their job harder. I feel like it's going in the bag of holding. Try to do that quickly. I think we still have Zephyr and Echo keeping an eye on the hallway, and we only see one entrance to this room, so I think we're safe doing that. But
I would like to add one more thing. There would be probably a whole table dedicated to the fact that they seem to be looking for a very specific item. Since they would have to be giving this information out to the other cultists in the Void Forge, you guys probably put together eventually they're looking for the orrery that you have in your possession.
which right now is at our house, or does Alden still have that?
Alden gave it back to you guys. I don't know what you did with it from there. Sorry,
Might
I was
still be in the
rude
bag.
my notes.
It's at the house now, baby. We didn't bring it in here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And now it's canon. Anyway,
That's a rock fact.
I say we take a peek down that southern corridor just around the corner, and then barring any intrusive guests, then we take the middle corridor and try to fuck with whatever's around the corner.
Cool. Can probably speed it up. I mean, if I move here, you still have pass without trace for Drix to come down here. We sort of maybe tag team, try to peek down both sides. Whoever wants to come with us can. Speed it up a little bit.
Everybody stealth checks for each of you, please.
Okay.
Each of the Buggo boys, or everybody?
Yes, please. Whoever's moving to investigate.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a group still. Never mind.
I'll come back and I'll start whispering this to Echo's Echo without realizing it's Echo's Echo.
Drix got
Echo, you
a
won't believe what we found over there.
Drix got a 27. I got a 37.
Close step block, got to make rolls. Oh, okay. 27, 21, perfect. Let me reveal some stuff for you guys. So, Randy.
Yep.
Randy.
Yep.
You're up here. Drix is down here. You guys feel pretty confident, so Drix wouldn't be able to see much more as Drix going to move kind of into this room.
Yeah, I think
stay
I would.
upstairs. And
I think what I would do is I would probably check to see if this hallway dead ended and then move down with him so he's not alone. So yeah, I would say that as soon as I realize this sort of ends at a bend, I would just sort of scoot down with him and
You don't want to check.
bug waggle.
Well,
I think
there
we're
is
clearing Southern Passage before we clear Northern Passage. Yeah, Ben.
before we kill a Northern Passage. Okay. So once you see that bends, Randy, you're going to join Drix.
Yeah, I mean, because at least then we know it's just a bend around a corner. So if something's coming around, like we know there was noise from there. I don't want to go too deep by myself. I would rather clear what we don't know.
Okay. I'm going to move you guys deeper in so I can reveal the room. I ain't going to do it too far. Uh-huh. But it seems, Randy and Drix, this really just seems like another thoroughfare.
Hmm.
It's not decorated, doesn't seem to have a use. Drix would point out Drix, with your very high perception, I don't think it can hide from you. Oh, come on. Drix, you probably would see. Randy, go and roll a perception check for me, please. Just see.
14.
Big boy. Yeah, it's still higher than what it rolled. You do see another one of the Void Forged Hulks. It seems to be supposed to be standing guard. At first, it looks like a statue, but you can see it, while it doesn't breathe, its finger might move occasionally, or it might shift. I guess it doesn't have a hammer. It's got a Gatling gun hand and a fucking sledgehammer hand. It does. It does shift occasionally. It doesn't breathe, but as you guys are standing there, I think that's what tips Drix off. He sees just this little bit of movement as it shifts slightly. You guys realize it's not a statue or a fixture. It is just one of those standing there.
It's one of those Hulkbusters that we fought down by the tent that time.
Yes, sir.
Oh god, Randy has like PTSD flashbacks of that thing bringing his hammer down and critting on him, like breaking off part of his carapace.
Why'd they stop?
Yeah, I'm gonna backing away as quickly and slowly as possible. Be like, come on, Drix, we gotta tell some folks something.
So we know we've got something in the northern hallway. We know we've got something in the southern hallway. Heads or tails, I guess.
You think Drix may have just misheard the direction?
I mean, I guess it's worth taking a peek around
Okay,
the corner.
sorry, Devin. Jeez.
Sorry, it took me a minute to realize what you meant.
To certify that this looks like an opening down here from where we're standing. It looks like this pathway does continue down to the south. Okay, well, I definitely don't want to split the party. Yeah, I might say let's like scoot up and see if we can see what's around this corner. We now know for sure there's something we got to handle down here, probably.
Loop. I'll move the door too.
You know, it's plus 10. I'm not even gonna ask for the stealth roll. You guys is Carapace. You guys is Pass Without Traced. This is another alcove, and guess what is usually in the alcoves?
Your mom.
Not quite.
More Hulkbusters.
More
Recharging.
Hulkbusters.
Oh Jesus.
This seems to be a similar situation. They seem to be stationed as ornamental guards, almost like suits of armor. And Drix had heard it shifting about. They don't move a lot. They only move very little bit. They don't shift near as much as a human being would. But Drix had definitely heard it kind of shifting its weight around.
Okay. Does it look like the pathway continues? I mean, it's hard to tell from here behind it, or does it seem like
No,
this
sir.
is a closed
This is
room?
just this is a closed room.
All right.
Looks like it might have a little bit of storage in it, but the space is definitely, mostly for the Hulkbuster.
All right. Obviously, we'll convey that to the party. That room dead ends. One of the south doesn't. There's big old Hulkbusters in both of them. So,
So
that what you
here's
will.
a conundrum. We could take out one and then the other. I'm sure if we start fighting one, the other would hear it. But they didn't hear this combat in the center hallway, so I don't know. There's also the possibility that we could sneak down through the southern passage without fighting either one. Then we have a couple of these bad boys behind us.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of what I was thinking about. leaving at least the guy up here alone, trying to slide through to the south and see what we can do.
If they didn't hear our combat one room away, if we can get a room or two away, I think we'll be clear.
Hopefully.
Next room, 7 Hulkbusters.
Randy, roll for panic attack.
Let's take a vote on it. What do we think? Fight them or sneak down past?
Sounded like y'all two said sneak.
I'm
I
kind of
think
I'll
open
go
so.
up.
sneak.
And unfortunately, the other two, I think, are both otherwise
Right.
occupied.
Makes it sound like you're doing it, Randy. Don't say that. Disgusting.
Who knows what happens in the car ride home?
3 out of
okay?
5 say sneak, so we'll say sneak, yeah.
Err.
Or we're gonna go with 4 and 1.
I'm also gonna throw it out here. Randy still has like a prickle in the back of his brain about that unexplored room, like way back behind us. Like,
Oh, did
We're
we
now-
do that?
Randy, Randy is a prick in the back of his brain.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, Joe, if you go all the way to the north,
Oh,
where
the
you
very
just came
first
in,
hallway. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
to
even
the
just-
to the left. Yeah,
Yeah, like
I
not
think
even just
wasn't
that.
there
where the-
something up this hallway? Like.
heard some. Yeah, it's very similar sounds actually, up that way.
Yeah, I say we just try to slip past it.
All right,
Okay.
agreed.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
Everybody stick close.
All right, that's the big group stealth check, please.
Hug the
squatting
wall.
pitch formation.
That can't be good.
Zephyr has both advantage and disadvantage on his stealth checks, and I left that.
Why does he have both?
Yeah, the
It's-
disadvantage from his armor, advantage from something else, and they neutralize each other.
Yeah, I
think it's-
neutralized
Hey.
it with something. I can't remember.
Ooh,
I think
that
it's the boost of
advantage.
Elvenkind.
That was a nat 20 on Echo Stealth.
Hey.
Woo! That's 2 successes. Ooh,
And everything's plus 10.
indeed,
So the lowest is a 25, just for the DM's record.
perfect. One of the Hulks actually rolled well this time, but it definitely didn't roll no 25. Nah, you guys. It's almost like a Scooby Doo scene where you guys like back down through this little section here. I'm gonna move all of you at once. Do I have everybody? Is that all of you? There's only 4 of you there. Where's the last one of you?
Hiding back here still. There you go.
Zephyr.
Thanks. Yeah, you guys down to here. Don't laugh at me, babe. You guys make it down to this this hallway here. So this is again, it is another intersection, but there's no room in the middle of it. This one's much smaller. You come to that middle one there, you'll be able to see a lot more.
Chinkies, gang.
Yeah, there's quite a labyrinth in here.
Yeah, the map is huge.
Indeed. All right, well,
Look
Mantis.
to the left, look to the right.
But say, well, yeah, I guess you could do it from there, couldn't you? All right. So to the left appears to be a joined cross section. This one much larger. You guys maybe can see this pillar right here that separates this particular roundabout. Maybe double check some things that you can't see some shit from that particular roundabout. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Void blocks this hall.
Sort of. So, to the right, you can see that this section is much more well traveled. You do see Void Forged moving about. You also can see what look like Vulcan's Legion members. They all seem to be working in tandem, moving inanimate Void Forge from place to place. Pardon. Depending on how long you watched, you might see some taking what look like parts back up towards the north. The north, come on, ping. But for the most part, what movement you do see are Void Forged and Vulcan's Legion members moving inanimate Forged around. And from this, you might even can hear now some interesting sounds from further north of this cross section. To the right, Edis, rather, there's a big black thing, big black block here. Anything else way, huh? Right there? Sorry. Anyway, to the y'all's left, to the right, over here, you guys see what appears to be the opening. There's no door. It is a very tall archway that goes into, it's difficult to tell. It looks like a pretty big room. It's almost cave-like.
Battle room.
You make a perception check if you want to look deeper into that room. Echo.
Echo or and Drake's that +6 too.
6. Pretty hard to see in there. It's pretty dark.
Can Drake's take a look?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
scamper him closer. Hey, look at that.
Oh, that's the second. Or no, Echo had the last one. But Drix did have one.
Don't worry, Drix. We're burning all your good rolls while you're not here.
Yeah, poor Drex.
Maybe it comes from our computer. Maybe that's how that works.
Drex can see that this room does appear to be really large. It also is, he can see on the floor. He can't really see many of the walls, but the floor is covered in glyphs and runes. And it's not systematic. They're almost scrawled. Some of them are carved. Some of them are written in blood. Others seem to be written in bodily fluids, and they're all wrote over top of each other haphazardly across the floor.
Seen enough human transportation to know where this is going.
Nobody break the entryway. Could be warded.
Should
Break
we-
the entryway?
Yeah, like don't cross the threshold of the
Okay,
entryway.
I see. You're warning people not to cross the threshold. I see.
And those are just in the big room. That's not in like the hallways, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So we have a choice: north, south, or excuse me, south, east, or west.
Would it be stupid to keep going down this hallway a little bit and just see where it ends up before circling back?
Are you asking the DM?
I mean, I'm also asking everybody else.
Um,
Thing is, we know there's a fight to our character right. It looks like a transmutation alchemy circles happen on the left. Who knows what kind of girl transformed into a dog is going to be in that hellhole. So we can either go one of those directions, or we could see what's happening down to the south and circle back in a minute.
South.
I'll second south.
Are you? It looks like you're eating a cicada, bro. Are you all right?
I'm chewing on my pen. I'm
Jeez.
sorry. Eating a cicada is a nightmare.
No, it's that stupid Cliff Bar.
Oh,
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
that does look like a cicada. No, I second that. I was like, it's a pen, bro. But now
That must be the chocolate brownie Z bars.
It is a chocolate bunny Cliff Bar. I'm surprised. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay.
My kids love those things.
I hated Cliff Bars, but this is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, y'all sneak down here. One boy, y'all.
Why is it always a bend?
I don't know, man. This is what these things are.
Come on around.
You
the
are
big
in.
house.
This is a base built in like this winding series of inter rock tunnels. So, yeah.
Like dwarves built it?
No, you wish. Fortunately not. There does seem to be a Y up here that you guys are approaching.
Like,
the
why the fuck are we here?
The YMCA.
I want to go home.
Drix, what do you see?
What do your elven eyes see?
Let's see. Where's that roll?
I'll roll it.
Is that me? I'm sorry.
Somebody for Drix.
I can roll Drix. I got it.
Let's.
Well, it's a 9.
That's a
That was a
stealth.
stealth. Yeah.
That's a
Was
stealth.
it
We're
should've-
rolling
I
perception.
should have asked from you guys, but also the plus
That's
10
a
is brutal.
10.
Drix
Are
is
we-
getting hungry. He's a little distracted.
That metal didn't fill him up at all.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Gave him a tummy ache.
would anyone else like to take a look? Do we see if it's just hallway
Sure.
or anything, or
This
It's
is
so dark in here, for fuck's sake.
It is very dark. So this is it is, and it's kind of hard because y'all are not quite down into this bend yet. Everyone, go ahead and make stealth checks for me, please,
No.
as y'all sneak down that way.
oh, I
Alright.
think there's 2 for Drix in there. I actually hit his instead of Zephyr's.
That
Yeah.
Y is an X.
Yeah, it's another 4-way actually.
I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna roll 17 dice. I rolled back-to-back 18s.
Oh my.
We never stop rolling. He'll never know if we passed or failed.
It looks like the lowest score. Has
20.
anybody rolled for Zephyr?
I rolled for Zephyr. He got a 20.
Okay, it looks like the lowest
The
score.
lowest score is 20.
30.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Why don't you roll? There we go. Oh, low score's 20. Okay. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Is it?
It is. Again, so. And again, because Drix's passive perception is so high, he hears a very similar sound as we've already described coming from this little elbow over here. You guys are smart professional adventurers. You guys put together the context clues pretty quickly. Oh boy. Sorry, this thing didn't want to work. That there is another, again, seems to serve as statue / guard decorations.
So messaging around party. So we can either go south where there's another 3-way split, check out the other 3-way split above us, or go fuck around in the room where there's obviously some fuckery happening. Any strong feelings one way or the other?
I didn't like glyph room just yet. I don't
I
know
agree.
if anything would happen when we entered the room, but
Part
it
of me
didn't
wants
seem
just
like a room.
part of me wants to
that
just
had
have
anything.
Zephyr like Eldritch shove one of them onto a rune and just see what happens.
My brain was going the opposite direction. It's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go straight into the glyph room. We're gonna set all the alarms off, and then we're just gonna fight them in a battle royale right here in the middle of this thing.
I mean, we can make
No.
that happen.
I don't, man. There are no good choices. I don't like any of this. We're surrounded on all sides. Okay, so
You are indeed.
There's something not good happening.
We are in the den of thieves, as it were.
Unfortunately,
I say we
I kinda
check
like
out
that
either the
battle
northeastern.
royale theory.
I say we
Yeah,
either check
yeah.
out the northwestern passage, check out one of those 3, or check out one of these 3 southern passages. I don't want to leave too much behind us that
okay.
could clog our way out.
We're already down here, so my vote then would be to just try to hope we rolled high enough to have gotten past this dude and see what's past the pillar. I guess at least, I don't know. I don't want to like attack this dude head on in this tiny little alcove because there's nowhere for us to go.
I mean, I agree. I don't want to. I think just leaving them as they are is worked so far. I'm down with continuing that strategy. It might bite us in the ass as we try to flee from this place, but
Well, I think the other 2 are off the table as far as right now, unless they
do you mean
sound
the
an
other two?
alarm.
Yeah. They're
Like
far
Oh,
they're
the
not
2
going
up
to hear
north?
us.
Yeah. But if we have to like hightail it out of here, the only route we know there's at least 4 that are between us and the exit.
If we have to hightail it out of here, we still have a teleportation talisman that we're 100% gonna roll
Oh, that's a
dice
fair
on.
point. I forgot about that. No, good call. All right, so
I
let's
think
say
I forgot about that too.
south or north. Make your picks.
Odd or even.
1 for south. Brandon.
2 for south.
Huh?
The
Man.
dirty south.
Going down and dirty. All right. I think we keep on rolling along.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna need stealth checks as you guys enter this particular cross section.
It's always stealth checks with you.
Yeah, this time it's important that you
Oh,
roll
that's
well.
not good. Another 20.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Ooh.
I can make that. I can make that a 5. Can I know if this is a group check or not?
Well, Drix rolled a 35.
4
I
of
have a
us are in the 30s. One
Where's
is a
my
20.
first
One
roll.
is a 30
So-
nat.
It is a group check.
Hang on a second. Did I roll twice or just once?
Once I think is for. Oh,
'Cause-
did you roll for Drix twice?
Yeah, because we have advantage with the carapace, so I rolled for him
Oh, that's
twice. Did I roll for me twice or just once? I can't tell. There's
Let's
a lot
see.
of
Yeah,
I'd
you
assume
rolled
one.
If
twice.
you did roll for
Oh, I
yourself
do see.
twice, then it's at 13. That's 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
so 23.
23.
That's not terrible.
23, 20, 32. God damn. All right. Solid job, Mantis.
You gave us the shadow globe. What do you want from me?
This was the vibe, y'all. Bloop.
He wants to send us to the shadow realm.
I mean, I just want to make you think you're going to Shadow Realm. So,
I don't know. The void sounds pretty close.
True.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, I need to move some shit around. All right, Mantis. You guys move deeper into this section, and it is another intersection, but you guys can tell pretty quickly. Let me make double sure some things here. Let me see about this. Coming into the room, you guys can see across the way. So down over here, across the intersection, Drix, again, he's gonna see so much shit. He picks up on the idea that this section here, this room you can see into, is set up very particularly. There appear to be some stood up barricades right here. This appears to be a shooting blind. You guys can see that it's made. It's hard to explain. It is made specifically. You guys can see real crenellations, something you would put a crossbow in, and only the crossbow would fit into it. May not be too difficult to deduce that there could be enemies back there. Other than that, it is more of the same. I'm starting to rethink these randomly generated maps. Oh, that's where the other one is. Okay. Okay. Well, Mantis. And as you guys move deeper in, again, the other one, the what's them called, are not the Hulks. Not good at hiding. Everyone I've rolled, I think they failed Drix's passive perception. There is another Hulk at the end of this hallway.
To be fair, his passive is over 20, so I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, that's true. So Drix almost always notices the Hulk busters that have been placed around. So you guys get the idea. They were like, we're just gonna put these here in case we need them.
Where were the crenellations for the crossbows? Was that in the south?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That seems like an interesting target.
We also don't know if there's anybody in there, though. Yeah, that was going to be my vote.
I was going to say, Randy, you look like you have a little more... you can see a little better into this room. And I'm not actually going to require a check for this because it's so big. It appears to be a teleportation circle. Okay. Takes up the floor of that room, so it's not terribly hard to see.
Deimos will pop out his emerald quill and have it try to copy that.
Okay, it will take a minute because it is, a big one that sits on the floor or whatever.
Okay.
I think that's how that works because you have to write the same ones when you write Magic Circle or whatever.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Well, it takes you a minute, but the quill does manage to copy down all of the runes. Some of them, Deimos, are very odd. Some of them don't make a terrible amount of sense. Some of them are not they don't belong to any school that you're familiar with. All right, Mantis, how would you like to proceed? We're actually going to take a break, I think, because I need to pee, and this is a good time to come back and maybe play 30 minutes late if I can stay awake, etc., etc.
Anyway, can you do the whole re-intro, welcome back thing again? Because I just totally ruined it, and I want to use it for the cuts later. I'll cut this out; it'll be fine.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Welcome back. Don't
forget to upload your dick pics to Indeed. That's all I got to say.
No.
Don't run scripts in your AWS buckets unless you know what you're doing. If you don't know what S3 is, don't worry. Neither do any of us, and we use it for a living.
Living?
Anyway, yeah, S3 buckets are pretty frequent part of our jobs. All right. You guys have found yourselves in another four-way intersection. Josh said it the best earlier. You seem to have found yourselves in a specifically set up ambush spot to protect this teleportation circle, or at least to protect the thoroughfare outside of the transportation circle. Oh my god, y'all. Teleportation circle. All right, Mantis. You're in the guts of enemy territory. You've seen quite a few scary monsters along the way and one scary room. How would you like to proceed?
we heading down to that room with all the crossbow slits?
Hell yeah.
God, I guess so. So when you described it earlier, is it like I imagine like the big, like the big shields that have the slits in them where you could put like ballistas and stuff, but they're not like it's not like walls. It's just like the big covering that sort of protects the operator, right?
But it's also what I imagined. Yes, I'll draw
Okay.
y'all a little line.
Does it look like the big shields of the things that
Blue.
we fought in
Blue.
the cavern with Jaboth?
Those were actually tower shields that had been planted in the ground. These are a little taller. They have the cutouts in them. A tower shield wouldn't have the crenellation for the crossbow. But very similar idea, yes.
Okay, I have a stupid idea.
No.
I'll tell everybody else. Hey, listen. I don't know if these are being operated or not. It might behoove us to just sort of like have most of y'all hang sort of around the corner where you can't be seen. If you mind if I creep up a little bit and just sort of try to peek and see if the crossbows or ballistas are moving, if there's any movement around that corner, see if there's anybody there before we all sort of run up.
Good
That sounds
idea.
good. We've been having you two Buggo boys lead the charge, so might as well.
Or, nah, you're pretty stealthy.
We throw a bomb.
I was just gonna say, if there's a crossbow that shoots at you, you might take one to the eyeball.
That's true.
But I could ghost form familiar.
Ooh. And
Fair
you can
point.
see through it. And maybe if they shoot
if
at a
you-
ghost, we know somebody's there.
Yeah, and if you stay close to the ghost should still get past that trace. You could be positioned between our group and the ghost.
That's a good idea. So I'll
Probably
just
out
like move to the corner right here where I'm not really seen, but I'm sort of like can peek around it a little bit and then let him move
Yeah.
his ghosty up.
I'm going to move everybody to be kind of, in the readies there.
Deimos, hold my hand.
Just hug the wall.
It's like someone's got one of Deimos' hands, someone else has another of Deimos' hand, someone else has Deimos' tail.
And in proper
I was thinking we were
Scooby-Doo
like
fashion, the guy at the back of the line's holding somebody's hand. He's like, wait a second, and looks behind it.
Wait a minute. We don't have an 8-foot tall metal person in our group. Quinlan, when did you get here?
I like how y'all are up against the wall. That kind of tickles me. Y'all flatten yourselves up against this wall here.
DM, this effect will last for up to 10 minutes and 1,000 feet.
Interesting. Okay. And he's trying to get it. He's trying to get a deeper look into that room.
Yeah. Kind of
Okay.
exactly what Randy was saying, except I'm going to be his ghost shield, I guess.
Okay. Interesting. Y'all's previous stealth checks hold on strong. It is difficult to see past the crenellations, the little stand-up shields, but you do see at least 2 Void Forge carrying crossbows. But that seems to be it.
Where are they at? Right behind the shield?
Yeah, sorry, I'm working on it. I wish there was a keyboard shortcut to change layers. There probably is. I just don't know it.
I was about to say.
Yeah, they do seem to be moving about a little bit. Again, they're robots. They're constructs. They don't fidget as much as a human would, but they do occasionally move or take a few steps, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of unnerving. They'll stand there for 5 minutes, take 3 steps to the left, stand there for 5 minutes.
I assume we've never seen paranormal activity, but I imagine it like that. Just stand there and stare
I've
at the
seen
camera and shake
3.
uncomfortably.
Something like that. I think I've seen 3. Who knows?
I say get that echo deeper on in there, see what else we can see in there.
They will see me.
Even if you're
Unless-
sneaking.
Well,
Or
You can,
sneaking.
you can try if you would like.
if
I
we
got
Oh,
to
I
go.
guess the Buggos have carapace, which gives them advantage.
Well, and if we know they're there, yeah, so I was kind of debating on that, but if we know they're there, I mean, you could always try to like hang low and slide up to this point. I'm doing this only for example purposes and not in real life DM. And use the shield to our advantage to sort of like hunker low and have something to lay down behind.
I like that.
I like that as well. We can creep up behind.
And that moves the pass without trace forward a little bit to give you at least a little more range for that higher stealth
Randy, make
roll.
me a stealth check, please.
Okay.
I guess I'll sneak up to
I will
see.
take that advantage all day, every day.
29.
Let's see it, Echo. You said you just gonna sneak up too? Is that what I heard?
That's what you heard.
Yeah, we're doing good. That pass without trace, 10 out of 10 for
Coming
spy
in clutch.
campaigns. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for spy campaigns. You get right up to one of these, and so there is a little bit of a gap in between them. I guess you guys can see. Pardon? And Randy, you kind of peek around the corner. And this is almost definitely, the room is mostly bare. There's not anywhere to sit since it's manned by automatons. It's not like they need to sit down and take a break. But you may see kind of, there does seem to be this back room I can't ping, but the room furthest south, that little kind of, that little room down there. It does seem to have maybe a table or two. You guys are beginning to gather. There are some very few accommodations for what are probably cult members that are not chipped. Very few and far in between. Most of this room is these two Void Forge. And what's your passive perception, Randy?
It's pretty bad. It's a 10.
Mine's a 12.
A 12. Echo, can you see through Echo?
Yes. Total consciousness.
Yikes, that's kind of awesome. Echo, you can see one of those hunched over.
Dabby bots.
Is
yeah,
that the
stabby bots.
Star Wars
They're-
things?
They're watchers, yeah. Lurking in the corner. And with the 12, you would probably see. The bell in this corner.
I signed to
Well.
Randy. Ring a bell.
Our tradies' hand signs.
Right.
And I telepathically shoot back to the party. I think Echo's got a baseball stuck in his throat, but there's definitely some bad guys around that corner. It looks like this room might not go anywhere, or maybe it does. It's hard to tell from here. But also there's at least a stabby boy, and I think a bell.
And if you guys can't tell from looking at the tokens, these are just the regular Warforged, they're not the advanced Warforged.
Rest assured, though, these are the normal guys, not the high end ones. If that makes you feel any better.
Fuck. So there's only these three in the room. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the space of.
Yes, sir.
Probably
It does.
4, if I had to guess. Another
It does-
stabby boy.
It does seem to be set up as it's just where they hide. It's a hunting blind. If someone were to come into the teleportation circle and just walk right out, they would get
Yeah.
they'd get caught.
Now I see two of the circles. Is there a bell on each side, or is that just one bell?
I don't know how this other circle got here. I did not mean to do that if I did it.
And
So the one on the left,
the main reason
our
I
left.
it looked like this room's a dead end is because if we want to keep going the way we've been going and just say screw this into the building, let's go back up where we came from, we can do that.
Part of me is like leaning that direction, but part of me is also like, there's got to be something. Like I don't know. Like
Right. I mean, the only unoccupied room we haven't really explored is the glyph room.
There was a
there is
hallway to the
hallway.
north. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hallway over here. There's this big glyph room over here, and there's the intersection to the northeast.
Yeah. So the glyph room and the hallway across from the glyph room we haven't explored fully yet.
Right.
And then
But that across from the glyph room, there was a bunch of people building Warforged.
I will also note when we first came in, there was a passageway to the south. We didn't take the one to the north. Definitely had some sort of enemy, but there's a passageway to the south, like all the way close to the entrance we haven't explored. That could circle back down here. I don't know.
I don't mind fighting, but I don't feel like it would be worth it. And with the bell,
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Brandon, can you see my ping right here?
uh,
You have to scroll out. I'm to the north. to one of the other four ways of the many four ways in this dungeon.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's where you heard what appeared to be the sound of people moving inanimate void forged around, and may have heard some sounds of them building them in this general direction.
Right.
The way I see it, we got two really good, not good options either way. We can either get in here, try to fight these dudes, and then take this as our own fortification point and say, come at me. Or we could try to sneak back past everybody and see what's going on in that hallway.
Thinking
Sneaking's worked so far.
no, for real.
You're not wrong.
I'm
Do
down
we
for
want to check
sneaking
out
back
this?
up.
Do we want to check out this hallway to the northeast?
Oh, we got to get right up
Is
on that
that
Hulkbuster to
another-
do it.
Yeah.
No, not we, friend. You, my friend.
Yeah, and if we're gonna go there, we might as well just kill these guys here.
Yeah.
What? What?
Because the Hulkbuster is gonna end up finding one of us and then start attacking.
Well, I'm not saying all of us go. I say we go clockwise around this formation, post back up on this wall, and then have Randy and optionally somebody else, but potentially just Randy, try to sneak around that corner and take a peek. Because it could be another dead end hallway, but I want
by
to know.
himself.
I mean, we're within firing range if he gets discovered. Plus, there's more enemies on our side than there are on his side, so it could be fine.
So I want to make the point before you guys do anything. If you move around significantly, you will prompt another stealth check, because that watcher that's what they do, has a chance of noticing you guys. So make sure you decide what you want to do before you start moving around, because I will ask for a stealth check when you start moving around.
I say, my personal vote: have Randy come back up to us to where we're in the aura, move clockwise around this formation, post up on that northeastern wall here. Have Randy take a peek. If he gets spotted, we pop around the corner, blast the motherfucker, try to help him out. And we're gonna have to fight something eventually.
You ever seen a battle around a roundabout? Because I feel like we're about to engage one of those. We're just going to run in circles around this pillar.
Enemies from all directions.
Oh, God, that sounds like
The
a nightmare.
teleportation circle. Can I use that out?
You run about halfway around the circle,
Only
turn
that's
around, unload the shotgun, and then reload while you run around the other half again, turn around.
I like that logic. The
I
good
think
news-
that was pretty much like The Last of Us Part 2 when you face the freaking Demigorgon of zombie bodies. Y'all ever
Spoiler.
played The Last of Us?
We don't know about that yet. At least I don't.
Damn.
I just played the first game. Like, literally just
so
finished
good.
it.
I heard it was very good. Yeah,
Pretty cool.
actually, content.
Mantis, if your armpits ain't sweating, you're wrong.
I'm inclined to agree. I think that we just maybe circle back. I guess I'm fine to hit that hallway on the way
All right, let's do Deimos' plan.
Okay.
God, there's a
Stealth
button here.
check.
I will be gracious. I'm not going to ask for a stealth check from Randy to move back to you guys, but I do need the group stealth check for you guys to move over here.
Okay.
I will get out of the echo consciousness.
Also, Randy, how long does the orb last?
It's an excellent question, man. The thing
I
is,
was
I have
wondering about that.
enough charges. I could just
Or no.
pop it again if it drops. To be clear, If
I figured that, but I wanted to see if you should have done that yet.
Pass Without Trace, I think, is an hour.
It is an hour. Pass Without Trace is an hour. If you
Mm.
need me to pop 2 more charges to keep it going, I will do that.
We've only
You know-
engaged one combat and walked
You-
around.
Yeah, but you spent time searching through a room for information and pillaging papers and stuff. But Drix rolled a nat 20 to do that, so I'm going to say that he did it so quickly that your pass without a trace is still up. Randy, there's an alarm clock going off in the back of your head. It's getting close to that hour mark.
Okay. In that event, because I know that alarm clock's going off and I don't want that to bite me in the butt later, would it behoove me to just go ahead and burn the 2 charges to sort of re-up that hour? If I'm allowed to do that, I'm going to do it because I got nothing to lose.
I forget how that works if you know like the precise time. Like I have 8 minutes left, something like that. But I mean, I feel like we're not going to lose too much time by burning the second one.
I would say
No.
if you're concentrating on the spell, you do know how long a spell lasts. I think for an item, you probably wouldn't know.
That's a fair point.
Well, and the thing is, regardless, it only has 5 charges. So when I burn the 2 more, like, we're not going to be able to do it again. So I'm going to, like, this will be the last time I can give us Pass Without Trace to sort of skirt back through here.
You don't
It's
have
for
to do
another
it.
hour.
But so you don't have to do it now. But wanted to bring
Just do
that
it
point to order that you guys had. You figure you're getting pretty close to the end of that hour.
The DM said it. I'm going to burn it. Just go ahead and be extra safe.
DM, you
Good news
heard me
is-
that I'm no longer in my echo.
I heard you,
Back
sir.
to normal. Okay.
Good news is we've already cleared a lot of ground, so we can be quicker getting back. There's only going up 2 intersections.
You don't have to. Let me see if you have to attune to this item. Let me check something really quick. Oh, you do.
Oh.
You have to attune to the Dagger of Warning. I was gonna give it to whoever was staying back and be like, hold on to this for me, but I can't do that. So, instead, I guess I'll do what
All right, Randy, make that stealth check with advantage.
we discussed. And
As you creep right up in front of this motherfucker, solid snake style.
Well, that's a 2,
I
and
know you
that's
haven't
a
seen it,
28.
Kevin.
38, you mean?
Yeah,
Remember
38.
in Mission Possible, like 4 or 5, whatever it is, where he does that shield and it turns the room into like a
Bum,
transparent
bum,
copy
bum,
and he's
bum.
moving forward? That's what I imagine.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm glad that Mission Impossible was the right reference. Anyway,
It smells
Kevin
like
taking
Team
stab in the
Spirit in
dark.
here. Or so
I
I
did take a
assume.
stab. So the only thing I know about Mission Impossible is like the whole like laser, all the lasers, and the guy like trying to get through the lasers.
Right,
That's from
right,
Mission
right.
Impossible, right?
Yeah, right.
The only thing I know about Mission Impossible.
The guy, like he doesn't know it's Tom Cruise.
It's always
I did know it was Tom Cruise.
they're always famous for like they get in a situation where they're like, "Oh God, it's gone horribly wrong," and they're like, "But actually, we accounted for this 17 hours ago," and like flash back to why it fixes their problem.
The first one was
Shameless.
really good.
Shameless plug, in Pigeon Forge, there is something called a vault, and it has all the lasers and stuff, and you have to try to get through it to the end of it, and they time you on how long it takes. Fun little attraction to go do. I can talk about that after session. There's a thing called Magi Quest. It's like a... I'll talk about it after session. It's crazy. Anyway. Randy, this does appear to be just another long, dead hallway. Devin thought there should have been another Void Forge Hulk at the end of this, but there's not, so... probably storage at this point.
Probably
And I'll even
storage.
say I won't make you roll because the crates are not super huge. If you were to try to look into any of them with your Pass Without Trace and how high your stealth score is, lots of maybe spare parts for some of the Void Forged. You might find like salted meat, crackers, really moldy cheese. You gather they don't do very well at taking care of their mind-controlled or chipped organic counterparts. So this hallway seems to be mostly used for storage.
I take some of the salted meat and I stuff it in my waistband, and then I get back out of this hallway and meet the rest of the party.
Or chip.
Smells like either bad meat or good cheese.
It's a good thing the robots can't smell very much. And I shoot a message to Drace. I'm like, I got us a snack for later, buddy. Don't worry about it.
What's the timestamp?
All right, I think we're going up through the hallway, back up to this intersection to the northeast.
Indeed.
Oh man,
Also,
sorry.
I love whoever
Oh, shit.
added OnlyFans to fucking.
That was me to the middle.
That was nice.
Oh, wait.
I did Reddit. Someone put Insta, so I did TikTok, Reddit, and Insta as the other stars. Oh, I see. Someone's been adding to it, huh?
You have to put, in one of these, you have to put the Catgirl Homeworld. It's like the mythical location that we haven't uncovered yet. Like, you have to pay for
Yeah.
the DLC to unlock that.
First thing we find when we get beyond the bubble, like holy shit.
We're gonna have to do a Blue Book of Spells themed one shot. Or on the
Conjure
Catgirl
Catgirl.
home, on the Catgirl Homeworld. I would think about it. We'll see.
Conjure
we
Cat
have-
Girl is a 3-minute spell if you get my meaning. But
So, glyph room?
It would have to be. We'd have to be really drunk before we started. Maybe for a charity stream. Or any charity stream?
Hey, Dr. Lupo,
Dr.
sponsor us. We're going to do it for St. Jude. Shh, it's a
Oh.
What qualifies as a charity?
Wait, that's a good question, Bib. Way too early plug for Brandon's Christmas charity one shot that we're running this year. Don't forget, Brandon.
Do the Ronald McDonald House.
I won't forget. Don't forget, Brandon.
I won't. I kind of already did, but I'm still looking forward
That's
to
what
it.
I thought.
Hey,
All right, y'all.
real
Are
talk.
Are you on
y'all?
Thanksgiving?
I
Is this
stayed.
where y'all are going up to? Is that
I
correct?
stayed in the Ronald McDonald House once because my daughter had to go to Children's Hospital for a feeding clinic really far away from our house for a long time. And it's a great
go.
organization. You should
really
definitely
is, yeah.
give them money if you have the opportunity to.
If we're
Yeah, I
plugging
learned
chari-
about it when I was a manager for a while.
Yeah, if we're plugging charities, mine is March for Dimes. I was a preemie, so God bless March
Yeah,
for
no
Dimes.
problem.
I prefer April for quarters.
Shut the fuck up, Brandon. I could punch you.
You see the gears turning, but he's not quite there yet. He'll catch up in a minute. So are we going? You guys want to flip a coin? Are we going glyphs or hallway?
Odd or even?
Yeah, so that's up to y'all. I'm looking up what April's for quarters is.
It's a play on the word March
What-
for
it was
dimes.
the worst pun joke.
It was literally the worst.
Yeah, no. I had to admit to someone at work the other day that jokes going over my head was the story of my life. All right, man, just pick your death, left or right. I mean, your adventure, left or right.
An R.L. Stein book, no matter what, we just like speed
We
run to
know
the
for,
end.
for sure there's people in the build room.
We heard
We
movement
know.
up north. So I say we check. We move
Pardon.
clockwise around the space, check south, and then presumably the west end, and then see if there's anything there, and then proceed north.
I don't hate it.
I don't know what that means. Does that mean building room or glyph room?
I think it
South.
means he.
Oh,
Yeah,
south, south of the building room.
yeah.
So we're
I think he
hugging
means
this
here.
wall.
Let me. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he wants to hug that wall and move all the way around this four-way, right? Is that what I understood?
Mhm.
All I heard was four-way. Yes, sir. Clockwise.
God help me.
This
So
whole
that
session's
means you
crap.
guys. That means you guys want to look in. Oh, this room first. Am I understanding that right? So we'll do one. Man, this whole session, this whole dungeon has just been stealth checks all over. You know what? I'm not going to ask for it. I'm not going to waste the time. You guys are past with Trace. You just refreshed it. The room to the south. You guys kind of sneak up there and take a look in. Oh
Third
boy. Sure. If you're into that kind of thing. Anyway, let me fix
Oh,
this.
it's big.
It is a big room. You guys sneak up there and look through the room this again. So some of these have doors. This one does not. It's more like an archway. You guys are in tunnels. So, you know, it's just the tunnel condenses a little bit into and then opens up into a very wide room. I can actually move you guys to a place and a thing. So y'all enjoy while I frantically scramble around to get you to the right place. Perfect.
Oh.
Oh. You guys peer into a room filled with.
Butt collection.
Excuse
Looks
me?
like for a,
Whoa.
looks like a March of Dimes room.
All right, y'all. You guys appear to be filled with tables and a circular array of vats filled with many different kinds of liquid. And then in the middle of the room, there is this kind of raised dais that not only has magical components, pieces of metal scrap and things of that nature, but a much larger version of the void spear you guys found earlier in the dungeon, kind of floating but settled into a divot in the middle of this raised area in the middle. All around the room itself are these huge vats filled with different colored liquids. It's a little difficult to tell. There do seem to be things in the vats, but from the outside of the room, it's a little hard to tell what's going on in there.
Lots of stuff hurt.
I stick a hand
This
out
seems
and
thematically important.
block Damos from walking in. I'm like, hey, buddy, I know that you're like probably too excited about all the magic stuff in the middle of that room. Probably don't go in there. Seems like a bad idea.
This, you know, in certain games that are video based, the room that you get special art for is probably the important room. I mean, I want to check it out because I feel like do we have visual on any entities in here? Can we take a sweep?
I will allow up to 2 perception checks.
Drix,
Drix.
Yeah,
Drake's quest.
Hey, Drix, are you like here, like local?
yeah, I'm here now. Yeah.
Hey, nice.
I feel like that void sphere might be powering all this.
Why are you not loading?
What if we throw the other one at this one and see what happens? You ever match two black
Ooh,
holes together?
Black hole.
I currently like living.
Mm.
Take it or leave it, you know.
Roll for chemistry check, and also physics.
If I'm being honest, Drix is like 10 years into a 15-year lifespan, so yeah, bug boys don't live well. They don't.
I mean, that would be a cool way for Zephyr to
You want
go.
me to roll it? You want me to roll that for you, Drix?
Yes, please.
I'll roll it with advantage because it sounds like they want you to roll it. 22. Drix, you don't see anything in there. With the 22, Drix, you could probably pick out that at least one of the forms in one of the vats looks very much like the Warforged that you guys have been fighting. You might even, with a 22, pick out a much larger Hulk-like form in another vat. You can also tell with that roll there seem to be several vats that you don't recognize the shape.
This seems to be the creation forge.
Mm-hmm. Or the,
It's pretty
the
decent
decreation
observation.
forge, the destruction forge.
No.
Honestly-
You guys have seen inanimate Warforged being taken this direction.
Oh, that means I could come here.
Mm.
Indeed.
We should take the thing and hightail it.
How big is it? How big's the thing in the middle of the room?
But I made it
Cold
really
in
big.
here, so-
I made it really big so y'all could see it. It's about a basketball size. It's not huge.
So it's
I
like
can
around the same size as
Or
the
like
other one?
step in and out.
The other one is softball sized.
This one's a little bigger. Who's going to touch
Basketball
it?
sized.
Can I touch it with a stick?
What if we take the bag of holding and just lower it over?
What if Echo's Echo takes the bag of holding and just like
Yes.
Indiana Jones it?
Game,
Indiana Jones,
set,
sorry.
and match.
I hate all of this. This whole dungeon makes me uncomfortable, Devin, and I'm mad.
Alright, Chef. Well, y'all, how would you like to proceed? Demos, since you said it, you are Demos. You do the lightning bolt strikes. This does appear to be the creation forge.
Eureka!
Everything in this room is humming with power, except maybe the tools laying on the tables and things like that. You gather there probably for the very fine adjustments on some of the Warforged before those put into these tanks and turned into what they are.
A thought just occurred to me. If that thing in the middle is powering it, and we cut that power, everything inside this building's gonna come try to figure out why the power just got cut off. Probably, maybe.
Is it a power for the whole building or just this room?
I was thinking just this room, but that's a good distinction to make.
I was thinking just the room. And that's what I'm saying. Grab it and hightail it.
Joey
No.
also loves the idea of throwing the other void ball at it, but I feel like that's
Line up a
Well,
line
I
up
feel
like
like
a-
if we're going to
black
take
hole.
this one, should we maybe take the other one on the way out as well?
I think we took the other one already.
we did take the other one.
Yeah,
We just
y'all
said
will
wait,
we
take
should
the
then-
other one.
Well, then, yeah, we got to take this one.
just line the other
Yeah,
one
might as
up
well
like
take all of
katana.
Gotta have the match.
Hit it
today,
like a
yeah.
cue ball, straight at the other one. Like, let's go.
Y'all
While
haven't
we're
done girling?
While y'all are talking, can I get 2 more perception checks, please?
Jesus,
no.
no.
That's probably gonna be Drake's again. by you.
Drix is on lookout.
Alright, Drix, you want to hit twice?
Hit it.
Oh. But does passive override?
I guess in this situation it would, because it's more like he's always listening to that level, I think.
I thought passive was like people sneaking, whereas an active perception was like, hey, you're looking for something. It's the way I always thought of it.
But in this stance, my assumption is that he's listening for like somebody sneaking
Right.
up on us or coming in, which would to me
Right,
be
that
passive.
would be passive, yeah.
Carry on.
Oh no, don't
It's
like
stupid.
that at all.
I don't hate the
What
idea
if
of
we
just sticking that
rigged-
thing in something and running.
We rigged the other one to crash into it like on a timer.
Like light the
Like-
rope on fire and like hang it in the
Right.
ceiling.
But it could do like nothing. Like they could just bounce off each other, or or that other one could combine with this one and it hypercharges them, and then all of these guys start popping out of their vats like it's Pokemon 2000. Like goddamn.
But if we stick it in the bag of holding where the other one's already at, like it's like a different plane, right? But like, what if they just happen to touch each other in there? Like, do we get sucked into a black hole unexpectedly 2 weeks from now in the middle of Shard?
No, I guess if we put our void in the black hole, or in the bag of holding, then it's not an extra dimensional space. Devin,
I can't. In
You
good
made me laugh.
conscience-
I was trying not to make a innuendo. You'll keep going.
I can't leave it here. In
No,
the
I
hands of
think we definitely
these
gotta send it.
evildoers. So
Okay.
if I gotta go back into my Echo to try to put it in there,
I think
I'll do
Echo
it.
with the bag is the route. Yeah,
Can your Echo actually move things?
yeah, it's physical.
well, yeah, I'd be
It's
transferring my
corporeal.
conscience into
Yeah,
it.
corporeal means physical. Incorporeal is where it's not.
I'm so sorry. It's spectral.
Is it really?
I said. It's
it like-
see-through.
But it can
It
attack,
punches
right?
stuff.
It has a scimitar it can attack with. It
Yeah.
can attack with a bow.
It's a magical, translucent gray image that lasts until it's destroyed, blah, blah, blah. It
Destroyed.
does not say it can't, but it doesn't specify that it can. But I
Let's
would
say it's
imagine.
an image, which is a little.
Yeah.
But
like
it
a-
can make attacks, which is crazy.
Because like
Yeah,
a
but
minor
Devin, we are
illusion is
the
an
image of God. Therefore, I think that we have a case here.
Okay. All right. That's tough.
I guess DM ruling?
You've got to stop. That was image. Baptists believe we are children, which you could argue is not quite the same.
Yeah, but we're
Um,
children created in the image.
I don't want to have to
That's-
cut
no,
all
I
this
agree.
out. Can
Yeah.
we
You
just
gotta push
cut
your
it off
Baptist
right
roots
here?
on the rest of the world.
Cut
you're
it off
right.
right-
Let's stop. We need a podcast. We'll make the
Yeah.
whole world angry. Brandon, I'm gonna say because it can it can make an attack. It can affect the physical world. It could move something. I think.
I like that ruling.
I tend to agree.
And I will just caution everybody, like, this might not power the whole facility, but I have a
Y'all
suspicion
want a ready
that
in action?
somebody's gonna know when this thing gets cut off because they're bringing stuff to and from. They're expected things to be happening in here, and when they're not, somebody's gonna come looking.
Our primary mission here is to shut down the whatever's creating these Warforged stuff. Like,
Oh,
I
ready in
obviously. I have
That's the
personal
mission. I
grudge
don't know.
against fucking
Like, pull the
Thomas.
teleportation talisman out and be like, if crap gets real bad, let's just bail with the ball.
I think,
Bail
yeah.
with the ball title episode.
Balls
Yes.
with the ball.
I'll bail with the ball.
What about
Bang,
bail with
diggy, diggy.
balls out?
Ball out.
But the balls are in the sack that we have.
That's
so-
true. That you're right. All right.
Balls
Alright.
in, ball
Bail
out.
with the
Bail-
ball sack.
Bail with the ball is it. All right, you win. Hopefully, I'll hear that one while I'll listen to the
Did
session
y'all
notes on
want
here.
to ready in action?
Yeah, I'm gonna ready an action. If somebody comes through the door, I'm gonna shoot them in the face.
With
Then I
my-
started blasting.
All right,
Alright.
Mantis. How would you like to do this? Sounds like you want to take the void spear from the room.
How far across? Like, how
Which
far
one of you actually is going to remove it? Echo's Echo?
Echoes Echo?
Echoes Echo.
And I
Echoes
legitimately
Echo has
am
the
gonna
bag of holding.
ready in action
Yeah,
with a
I can just
revolver,
do-
like cocked, ready. If somebody walks through that door, I'm shooting them in the face.
Here comes Cade.
What are you doing here, you idiot?
Right through the cowboy head.
Howdy Wildspacers.
The most tragic ending to history. Oh god.
Randy
Randy
weeps
goes
for
insane.
years.
He goes for the Ring of Sibris all by himself on the ship. He's like, I gotta do this for Cade.
Okay. Echo's Echo, I need it to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Ooh.
As it reaches down into the thing to pull it out of its pedestal. That being said, you all wanted to prepare stuff as he was doing this, so please go ahead and do that.
You said Constitution save, and all plans I had went out the window.
Echo's Echo Oh my. Okay.
Disintegrates.
Yeah, it has one hit
does
point.
only have one health point. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It looks almost like this. It looks like black lightning, but not. It's almost too viscous. To really be lightning, kind of crackles around this object, and that goes like out of existence.
I wake up next to Deimos. I do not recommend doing that.
I just saw you get shredded into atoms. Like
Felt like a lightning bolt struck my
Uh,
penis.
I've done that before. It's actually rather fascinating.
Hey,
But more
real,
viscous.
real talk.
I-
Where's the door? Is it like up here ish? I assume.
um,
Is here I'm pinging?
yeah, sure.
All right,
It's the only place that
whatever.
really makes sense for that
I want to
picture.
climb on top of one of these vats just to
Oh
like.
god.
No, like no.
Did I?
Listen, I'm gonna be up there just, or at least behind it, just so that if something comes in, I can at least identify it and make sure it's not Cade Westwood randomly in this dungeon before I blow its brains out or mechanical parts out.
Motherfucker.
Well, I can
Did
just
I even
figure out
manage to
from-
move it at all?
Excuse me. Oh, so it did move a little bit. Like when you began to pull it out, it was kind of difficult. It's almost like the same feeling of like trying to push two magnets together. The poles are the same.
Something sucking it in.
Yeah, it's that weird kind of feeling in between. Something has it stuck there. And you move it some, it does snap back into place. And I will also say your Echo didn't take a terrible amount of damage. I think you would know. I rolled a 9 for that. So like, it wasn't a whole fuck ton of damage, but it definitely was enough to kill your Echo.
Was there a switch anywhere, like power switch? Disengage.
I'm not gonna make you roll. You don't see anything like that.
So I have a spell that lets me move a creature. Not the spell you're thinking of. Different spell that lets me move a creature.
I
to a
don't know
point
what you're thinking of. But go ahead.
Okay, never mind. I thought you'd think it was something that we talked about. I have a spell that lets me move a creature. Could I try to use it on this? To move it's an object I get. I presume.
It is an object. Has to move a creature,
If you want, I could drop it in chat.
please.
This is from Strixhaven. Vortex Warp. You magically twist space around another creature you can see within range. Target must succeed a con save or is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice.
So yeah, no, it's definitely not a creature. The spell just wouldn't take effect.
Yeah, but I twist space, and so it just sounds like it would work.
Hey.
It's made of space.
Does anyone have a mage hand?
I mean, I do, but I don't think it's going to be able to move that thing. It
The
can only
thing
lift
is,
like 5 pounds.
It says 5 pounds, but on the flip side, it's a basketball size. So, like, could there be a
It
rule
looks like it looks like a crystal spear. So think of like a crystal ball, basketball size. It's
Right,
pretty
so,
close to
like,
5 pounds, in my opinion.
theoretically, it could be. It's worth a shot, in my opinion, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if the mage hand has to make Constitution save. What I'm going to say is that if it's a basketball size, unless it's incredibly dense, which it could be, it doesn't hurt to attempt it.
I mean, it's not a bad point. I do have to be within 30 feet of it. But I'll try one and
Just a
try to stay
cantrip?
right at the
But
edge.
it's a cantrip. That's why I was like,
I
just go for
I don't
it.
think it's gonna get.
You know what?
I can use telekinetic movement. I can like that's kind of like Mage Hand.
Can you post that in chat?
Oh, Eldritch Shove might also work.
Just throw some Eldritch energy at this black hole in a ball.
Yeah. Till a giant
All right.
snake.
I feel like that was
Like
Devin
that?
being like, "Hey, you guys sure you want to do this?" If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna just go grab it myself.
He seemed pretty keen on the mage hand to me. I'm
You
just
can
gonna
move
say.
an object or a creature with your mind. Okay. Well, I'm gonna rule that the mage hand and the telekinetic movement together, you guys managed to overcome what would have been the save DC to pull it out. You can't do damage to the mage hand, and you can't do damage to that ability, which is the interesting part. So there is this kind of black, gooey lightning. It doesn't lance. It doesn't shoot out. It almost curls around the ball itself. As you
Like a Venom
guys,
symbiote.
yeah, as you guys work together and rip it out of its little pedestal, upon which it stops floating, hits the table, and kind of rolls towards you guys. I'm assuming you pulled it towards you guys. Oh no.
Bag of holding.
Just lay the bag
Oh,
down and let it
no.
roll in.
The whole room. It works too well.
Yes.
Boom.
It
I
started
can't
to
believe that's
swirl.
not on the map layer. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, it does roll towards you guys.
We bag it and
Bag it
Yeah?
and jet the foe.
Yeah, no, if y'all were being serious about that, yeah, you guys can kind of let it roll off the table into the bag. There's this brief moment of like, flop, swoop, as it has to spit down into the bag itself. The world doesn't explode as you drop this into your bag. I feel like there's this brief moment of silence as you all wait as it slips into the bag and you're all like,
Exhale.
I'm pretty sure the world will end not with a schloop, but with a whimper. So I think we're good.
It's whenever we open it back up. It's turned into a black hole within the bag.
oh, that's a neat
Then-
idea.
Then we
Upgrade
just
to
have
your
a bag
bag.
of devouring, and then we can feel like we can use that to fight.
I must say,
Oh, no,
Oh, okay, I
dude.
guess it just landed in the bag.
bag of void. That's a neat. That's a good item for SSS. Anyway, what was that? Is that built in, or did someone make that?
Someone made it.
What did it say?
Oh,
It's one
I'll
of-
play it again.
He's pulling his cock out.
I thought it was gonna be like a
Ridiculous.
rooster sound.
Yeah, you don't remember these?
Crickets. Yeah, I've never heard whatever that was. The person saying whatever he's saying, I've never heard.
Pull my cock out.
With the chicken. Oh, with the chicken. Okay. Anyway, Jesus Christ, y'all. As you pull the spear from its pedestal, the room does die. Most of the light in the room goes down. You guys immediately, the kind of humming of energy that sufficed the room, I don't know, dims and perishes. There's not a lot. There's not a lot going on anymore in the room. Not a lot of movement. Nothing that moves, but all the vibrations in the room cease. It is emphatic that you have cut power to whatever is going on here.
Run.
Question Does this just disable it for now? Can they make another one? They have another one of these, so obviously it's not a singular thing. Granted, I don't think the softball.
one.
Yeah, I don't think the softball could power this. But if they can make more of them, might they be able to get this?
Did
up
they
and running?
make or find?
So many good questions.
To the glyph room. Or out. We need to leave.
We roll both voids into the glyph room.
Stat.
Yeah,
Teleportation
this is a-
circle? Oh wait, no, we can only go to that place though. But Deimos, you wrote it down. We could always go back if we needed.
We could, in theory, granted, I don't know the spell. We could find someone to teleport us there using that.
If you can get magic circle, you can do that, or teleport circle, right? It's a 3rd level spell.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
technically,
Teleport
well,
circle is 5th
we've
level.
talked
I
about
think.
the fact that Calden and his associates set up something similar to go to a different location, so he probably at least knows people who could help us.
Yeah, I'm
recreate
certain
the
there's
glyphs.
somebody at. I'm certain there's somebody at Moorgrave.
The goob circle and the rock of brawl.
But- I also want to kill Japoth with every fiber of my being.
I know, and,
It is
like, if
all I've
he's-
thought about for weeks.
If he's here, like, I'm so scared to just like kick off an engagement with the random enemies we've seen throughout this place. But if I find
Oh,
him,
no. We kill him and then we GTFO. Like we don't gotta kill them all.
the problem is that we don't know if he's even here. But if we go to the glyph room, I guess we're gonna find out real quick what else is going on here.
Quickly.
I'm down with checking the glyph room. Anything else in here?
Glyph
Should
room.
we fuck up the vats? I mean, I feel like
No.
they're
I want,
They're powered off.
I want to trash them. I want to trash them.
Ooh.
Noisy.
You want to describe that, or you want me to narrate that?
You
What,
son of a
destroying them?
bitch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like slicing the cords that are going.
Well,
in.
I was talking to Drix. He said he wanted to smash them, and I can picture Drix walking around smashing them. But I wanted to give Ben the opportunity to narrate it if he wanted to.
I'll leave it up to you.
No, I can
Yeah,
definitely see. At some point where y'all are talking about this, and strategizing, and you've got the orbs in the bag. You know, Drix kind of wanders off. He's walking around looking at the vats, and as you guys are talking, you guys just hear all of a sudden, in the quiet of the room, the shattering as Drix just hauls off on one of the vats and shatters and breaks. You guys watch these. They almost look like eels. Obviously, all these are made of metal. The same kind of theme of this rusty metal automatons. These look like a hybrid between the Watchers with all the spikes and an eel. Big long serpentine body and these razor spikes coming off of it. It thrashes and goes still as it rushes out onto the floor. Drix, you send your spear out and hit another vat and crush through the glass as these small, almost like crab-like automatons slither out. I'm thinking like the big sea crabs. Sea spiders is what they're called? 2, 3,
spider
maybe.
crab.
Yeah, 2 or
Astral
3
crabs,
foot.
yeah. Tasty.
Good throwback. And I just imagine he goes around the room like this, either sending his spear, taking his Githka, and just wrecking the glass, sending the liquid and the metal parts sloshing. Some of them unrecognizable to you all. For you as players, they're like robot versions of aberrations. But your characters have no way to conceptualize this. You can't even tell what some of these creatures are.
I would like to pick up on his energy since I was on top of one of the vats anyway. And if he's going to start doing that, I'm just going to stand up like, what's his face, General Grievous. And I'm just going to start like with my katana slashing the wires that are connecting them on the top while he's smashing the glass at the bottom.
Okay.
I'd want to say, like, from a Thrycrane's perspective, like we are in an enemy nest and we found the brood.
Fair point.
We must.
I like y'all traveling together too, because maybe the silence from the pass without trace will muffle the crashing and slashing and breaking.
They're fucking shit up. It is a weird experience as like the other 3 of you are convening and planning. Like sometimes the crashing is a little loud, and then sometimes it's very muted as they move around and you guys move out of the range and stuff. Yeah. The only thing I think I would like to point out from this endeavor is you guys smash all the cages. There is one that looks very predatory. It looks very... A lot of them are fashioned after marine animals. There is one that looks a lot like a scaver. There is one that looks a disturbingly amount like Chief Ringo.
Wait, he's not a predator.
No. But he's big. It is, his size are bigger.
He's big and he's strong. Is that the one that you said looked like a predator? Or were you talking about the scaver? The one that looks
I'm talking about the scaver. The one looks like scaver.
I would like to take a closer look at the one that looks
Did it look like a night scaver, like the big one, or like one of the smaller scabbers?
It does look similar to a night scaver. It seems to have multiple... You said you wanted to look at it, Randy. It seems to have multiple segments to its body. It is sharp all over. All of the fins are sharp. There seem to be little razors poking out of it. And it's... this one seems malformed. The mouth doesn't seem quite big enough. The segments, if you try to poke it or kick it, the segments don't turn all the way. They don't... they stop after a certain point. It could only rotate back and forth, etc., etc. You gather this one was not the final version.
I lean in and look real close at it, and I'm like, how's this stupid thing supposed to swim in the air? That's weird. I pointed out to the rest of the party, like, it makes me nervous. I don't like animals being turned into machines, being turned into animals. What's the purpose of this thing?
I think these were things that they were hoping to use to... It's weird that they create machines that look like aberrations. They have used aberrations themselves. It seems like a weird crossroads of their 2 fields of power. Like, the abominations that this entity can produce and the forge that they have that seems to be powered by these voids. That's probably from that same entity. I don't know, it's fucky shit, man.
Then I look at him real hard for a second, and I'm like, any of you guys find it weird that it seems like they're making a bunch of these things after things that we've encountered, or that we know, or that we own? Why does that one look like Chief Ringo? Why does this
Does
one
it
look
look
like
like a
Scabbard?
It's a bit hard.
Does
Maybe
it look
they
like
just wanted something tough like we did.
Does it look like a rhino beetle, or does it just look like a similar bulk?
Looks like a rhino beetle.
this.
And how would they know what a rhino beetle
Somebody keep
looks
it.
like?
I don't know.
Maybe the
mean-
Sharn Barn supplies them.
And then I start turning a little bit, and I'm like, and all of a sudden we ran into these stealthy ones that are running around stabbing stuff, sneaking around, getting sneak attack. That's a little weird. How much do they know?
Well, there's
about
also a
what
Hulk
we're up
Buster,
to?
and none of us are exactly, big boys.
It's also weird that no one showed up yet.
I look at Drix and I'm like, hey, I think he just took a stab at you, brother. You're a big boy. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, should we double back to Glyph Room? Should we continue in here? I don't know what else we can achieve here.
I do want to stop before you guys start conversating and say it's 12 o'clock. Do y'all want to stop? Do y'all need to stop? Does anyone need to stop?
I want to play.
I didn't hear
forever.
any no's. I didn't hear any no's. I'm good to go. I think I can make it 30 more minutes. I need to go use the restroom. So let me do that, and we'll come back. If y'all want to discuss while I'm gone, then y'all do that.
It is sus that they're creatures we've encountered.
That just it weirded me out. The
I
scabbard's
just
one
don't-
thing, like anybody can
They're
encounter
very
those. But then
sus.
when he said Chief
Yeah.
Ringo too, I was like, no. And then it like all of a sudden I was like, and now there are stealthy ones that act like rogues. That's a little.
Well, we have the
Mm.
the stealthy ones that act like rogues. I don't think that's as much as a red flag. Rogues aren't a unique concept to our party. Chief Ringo
No.
is a very specific reference,
Uh-huh.
though. So is it like we've had Chief Ringo with us? Is it something they've seen and they've tried to replicate? Were they going to try to substitute Chief Ringo for one of these and use it to keep an eye on us?
I don't know. It just weirded me out. I was like, what else is in here? Like, what other creatures have we encountered that they're trying to replicate, and why are they doing it?
Oh, hang on, I got one for Devin. Hey, Devin, is there a feathered serpent or a ferret in this room?
No, sir.
Thank you
Mhm.
for that.
Not yet, anyway.
Giant space ferret.
Yeah, curiosity killed the bug. I'm gonna want to go to the glyph room, and part of me wants to
That's
clear
gonna
this
kill
whole
the bug.
dungeon, but part of me's like, we have already passed by so many enemies and done such a good job of sneaking through here, not dealing with it. The last thing I want to do is kick off this giant, disgusting engagement at the very end of this.
I mean, while taking the void out will certainly stall them, I don't think it's going to stop them for long. Whatever gave them this, however they acquired it, I don't think that we have guarantee that they can't acquire another.
Yeah. My counter argument, though, is that we have seen people create teleportation circles, and you've copied the glyphs, so we could get back here
Yeah,
theoretically.
we could definitely come back.
And it might behoove us to give one of these to somebody who can study it more thoroughly and be like, here's maybe how this was created. Can it be replicated? Because
I
we can
want to
always
find
come
out
back.
more before we bail. I think try to find out as much, because we also know that we're kind of fighting a ticking clock here. I think we try to find out as much as we can. Use the red eject button only if absolutely necessary. So again, that's something we only have one of. We might be able to acquire another. I don't know how much they would run us. Teleportation circle is a 5th level spell. Teleportation is a 7th level spell, so that would be a pretty pricey item.
Yep.
Um,
I'll say I agree. I want to get as much as I can out of this place before we either bail or just fight to the death in a random room somewhere. I don't want to leave until we absolutely feel like we have to. I don't want to just be like, okay, well, we stole this stupid the sphere. Let's just leave.
I feel like we're not exactly tapped either. We haven't really used a lot of our stuff. I think we could put up a pretty good fight if something were to come to us. That said, Drix, I know you're hurting, and I think Randy, you are too. I think both of y'all should take another healing. I think both of y'all should take some healing potions.
We frontlined pretty hard in that first encounter to try and get that area cleared.
That was some big damage those fuckers put out.
I know, and we smashed them hard. I think I only missed 1 or 2 attacks, and I hit a lot, and it just
Amos did a whopping 5 damage to it. So
they can put out so much damage. If there are multiple of those guys, they can do 3 Eldritch Blasts. Oh god, that's scary.
And that Eldritch Blast was a lot of a heavy hitter than normal.
It did 24 damage.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's the average or if that's the high end, the low end. We don't have a scale for that. If that's not even the high end, that's just the average. That's terrifying.
if that's max, you're still looking at 13 per hit.
Mantis, roll still a check for me, please.
You suck. Fine. Everybody better be standing inside my shadow globe. That's all I'm gonna say. Well,
I will
everybody-
say you guys are all gathered up conversing at this point, trying to figure out what you want to do, how you want to proceed.
1, 2, 3, 4. We need a Drix. Stealthy check.
Drix.
What's up, buddy?
Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Oh yeah.
So 26 is the lowest. Excuse me, 25.
Wow. 25? Okay.
I don't like the way you said that, but
Okay. Carry on with your planning.
okay. So we can go back to Glyph Room, or we can keep poking around and seeing what we can find. We also have the room above us where they're manufacturing.
I don't think there's much.
Can we go back
else
to
in
the other
here.
map, PM?
They said that there was. He said there was magic items on this
Magic.
table around.
Wait, what? Magic items?
He said there was magical looking items around where like the black holy globe was at.
I don't remember saying that.
That's literally the whole
Yeah,
reason I
that's
told
like it.
Demos to stand back and not go in there.
See if
but
any of this would be in there.
if there's nothing of import in here, I'm ready to just continue on.
No, yeah. What I was trying to get across, perhaps I'm mistaken, was that a lot of the tools were for like refining touches on the inanimate void forges.
Okay.
Apologies. You're not back on the big map, I hope.
I am
Negative.
Hmm.
You
We're
might
still
be on
in.
that big map.
We're still in the fatty room. There we go.
There we go.
Let's check out these other two hallways, and then if we don't find anything interesting, I say we hit the Glyph Room.
Yep.
Alright.
Cause the other 8 enemies on the map to charge toward us.
Let's go fast.
Yeah.
I didn't
Go
hear
ahead
no
and
bell.
make those. Go ahead. Make those stealth checks for me, please. I will count it for this whole escapade as you guys move to both rooms.
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
roll several perception checks.
Yeah.
So y'all have fun
One of
with
those
that.
is a nat 20.
Oh my.
To use it on the stealth check. This battle's gonna suck.
Can you now tell me your totals, please? When you guys,
21.
or tell me the lowest, I guess, as you
The
guys have been doing.
lowest is a
Lowest is an 18.
18. Yeah.
Perception.
That's with
highest
the
is a
passive.
30.
That's with the
Yeah.
what's it called?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the first thing is
38.
single digit we roll.
Nat
Come on,
20.
Zephyr.
Got 2
Yeah,
passes.
Echo does have a nat 20.
Echo does have a nat 20. Could be 2. Okay.
Besides the 18, the next lowest one is a 31, just for reference.
All right.
Never
Solid.
stomping with his stompy boot.
Solid, Mantis. No, this is
Click.
I love
Click.
it. This
Zephyr
is what I
walking down the hallways.
this is kind of what I expected when I gave you this item, and that's all right. That's kind of what it's for. This leftmost room here is a room full of it's a little creepy. They are hung up. They are inanimate void forged, all kind of hung up on these chains that hang from the ceiling. There are sure, they're hung from like their back. It's it's almost like there's some attachment on the back that they hang from the back. You guys have seen similar attachments in the older in the draconic forge, not a void forge, just a forge. Anyway, you guys there are quite a few in there. There's upwards to 20, maybe more. Kind of all hanging from these chains, but not moving. They don't have their eyes are not lit up. Kind of like in the art, you can see their red eyes. Eyes are not lit up. Obviously, not working at this time. It doesn't take really a whole lot of mental fortitude to realize this is probably where they place the inanimate ones and then move them into the forge for animation.
So, we heard assembly, I think, in the room to the north,
Yes, sir.
or where they're putting them together to hang here to be taken south.
Yes, sir.
I say we take a peek in that room.
Alright.
Demos really had it. 100%. This section here. Go ahead. Were you gonna ask a question? This is a big room. They seem to be constructing them in these little alcoves here, and because it would be almost impossible for you to miss them, I will go ahead and reveal. This is y'all about to see something real funny. There are, not the map layer. Anyway, several Void Forge moving around in here. Putting together other Void Forge. They seem to be actually constructing them in those little alcoves that you guys can see. Fix one guy real quick. Also, I think it's so funny that these tokens are so small because we're so zoomed in that like the little dots like really covers the whole token. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, there are a handful of Void Forge in here moving about, actually doing the soldering and the wiring and the bolting on as they're constructing, which you assume to be Warforged in these alcoves here. And then, of course, there is like the Draconic Void Forge you guys had visited previously. There is like this big rail system in the center of the room that moves them along, moves them from further north to down in here.
So it seems like up the chain.
Getting Horizon vibes.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
Like a cauldron. I hadn't thought about that, but that's a very good representation.
So, do we check out the glyph room? Do we fuck up some of this room? What are we feeling, boys?
I do not want to go into the assembly.
Yeah, I feel like if we engage in this room, we're just gonna wind up getting a big-ended fight. So far, we've avoided that. So, I vote we just go to the glyph room and see what's going on there. It does look like there's a passageway.
Let's not start a big fight in here. Let's start a big fight over there.
Yeah, maybe the glyph room.
Frankly, I agree.
Giant, so maybe we just go to the glyph room, we stand in the back corner, and then we launch fireballs at the entrance over and over. And by we, I mean you, Deimos. Launch fireballs at the entrance over and over and over again.
3 level 3 spell slots. Very limited number of bullets.
Well, Mantis.
I will send my echo into the glyph room first.
Okay.
To see if it triggers anything.
Yeah, going back over there. Will you please arrange yourselves around the door frame here as Echo sends his echo in there?
Oh, I'm moving everybody.
Right. Yeah, what it should be.
I'm thinking we should try to stay a little behind. Like, don't
That's
just
not a
wander
bad
right
idea.
in there.
It's like peek the corner and let Echo's echo do the work.
I gotta be within 30 feet. So, right there.
20, 30,
This circle
so
is 30 feet.
the best,
So if
yeah.
you're
So
on-
the best you
you're
can
in
do
the
is
front
the
with
edge of
Randy.
it. Yeah.
Did y'all want to ready anything before I do?
I guess I'll ready symbiotic into.
Eldritch Blast, baby.
Well, I guess I'm gonna ready a revolver shot at this point.
It's kind of loud.
I'll
This
ready
is-
the
Well,
wand of magic.
what isn't?
Yeah.
But that's why I haven't
what
used it
is-
yet, by the way, is so because I was afraid the DM was gonna be like, "That was a really loud gunshot. Everybody, prepare to die."
Sounds like everybody's ready. So I walk
Okay.
in.
You walk in and you
nothing
look
happens.
as this as your echo. I see. All right, echo. Your echo. Please make a stealth check as your echo. It looks like it gets to use your stats. Is that right?
Yep.
And it looks like it's within.
That's
range past that trade.
without pass 26.
Without pass is
No,
a 26.
You're within the range. 'Cause you can
Wow.
only be within the range, so you get 36.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let me reveal some stuff for you, my friend. You see quite a few things, Echo. It doesn't get better. I hate to tell you that.
What in the F? There's Skeletor.
Awaken.
Skeletor kills me.
Ew.
Anyway, Echo, you can see. So this room again. Let me put it in the Discord chat. I went and found it, but I didn't find it in the right way. General Echo, you see a very large, spacious room with a very tall ceiling. You know, maybe 80 to 100 feet. That is just covered, like the floor, layered, covered in glyphs and runes and writing that you can't begin to fathom. And standing in this rather large room, and these glyphs, all this writing is from floor to wall to ceiling. And amongst all of this is this super fugly. Let me ping. Everybody watch. I'm going to make tokens bigger. Here I am. This super fugly looking dude. With growths growing out of him and this big old staff. You can see his beard's built into his stomach. I don't fucking know. Kind of limping around on his staff. And seems to be working on yet another set of writing. Lumbering around off to the side is actually this is the book art. Enjoy the book art. In Discord, I have generated something that's much closer to how I envision it. So instead of that stupid 5e art, that's how I imagine the motherfucker looks. Hopefully, if you're watching on stream right now, you'll see some art.
Oh, you will.
Is it a large creature?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are the forbidden fleshlights large creatures?
For those guys, that's the last thing you see. They are large creatures, yes, sir. I like to imagine them like air elementals made of darkness or made of a black hole. They do spin and twist like you would think of an air elemental, but they don't. It doesn't look like air. It looks supremely dark, kind of aimlessly meandering around the room. There's the full art that's on the token, and for these I actually generated a couple.
Like my
so
soul.
I will put you one more. I will send one more up there since I generated so many for this.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Flash
What did you
flashlights
see?
are more-
Echo.
Death awaits.
Did they see him?
Why'd you ask?
You son of a bitch.
Also, is this a wall beyond here?
It's not a wall. That room goes for a minute.
For a minute, he says.
I've revealed a little more.
There's a zombie shaman,
Yeah.
A shaman.
a demon rhino, and 2 swirly black holes.
So the usual then.
No snakes. Zephyr's on board.
Yeah.
I say we pop in guns blazing.
Let's do it.
I will
Should we
place guns.
prioritize the fugly wizard, or should we prioritize the
Could
what do
I?
you call it, demon rhino?
Yeah, demon rhino.
Yeah, because that's going to determine what I put a moonbeam on. So
Would I be able to do a perception check? Well, let's see. What would I be looking?
Echo, you go ahead and make your perception check. I have a question to answer. Joey asked if any of them saw his Echo. We're about to find out.
That's a 12.
Wait,
If they can't
I thought
roll over 36, there's no chance. But anyway,
Yeah, no, that is the truth.
they could always crit. But yeah,
Good crap.
I guess
Okay.
a nat 20 overrides a 36. Welcome to D&D, baby.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess it does.
I would say target the shaman. If we all have ranged attacks and can get there, otherwise go with something closer.
Keep in mind these are 10-foot squares. I don't have the range to
Right,
get
that's 10, 20,
that
30, 40,
far.
60 from the entranceway.
Best range I
Is
got's
it
40,
cute?
so I might target this dude instead around the corner.
I can get the 3 of those in a fireball if we wanted to.
I'm
Oh,
showing
please.
60 foot to the shaman from Echo's Echo.
Oh, we never actually rolled for any for any healing or potions earlier when you mentioned it, by the way.
Is that while I was gone? Because I know we
Thought
roll
it was
potions
right
for
before.
drakes.
We
Yeah.
talked about it, but I don't think we ever actually.
In the bat room.
Deimos mentioned in the vat room, maybe we should make sure we're all at max health before we go engage with something.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I told the Buggo boys specifically because I think they're the only ones who are injured.
Mm-hmm.
I want to roll a 2d4 plus 2.
What's our potion situation looking like? We good?
We've got quite a few. We've got 4 superior, 4 regular, I think.
Okay. I'll roll 2d4 plus 2 just to add a little extra.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely want to go into this fully stocked.
Plus 4,
Man,
not plus
y'all
2.
gonna do all this, and Devin's gonna be like, "Roll initiative. See you next week."
Well, I was saying the standard healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. The greater is 4d4 plus 4. We have 2 greater left and 6 standard. If you just rolled one, we have 5 standard and 2 greater.
Ooh,
Hey!
nice.
Plus 2 more, so that's 10 hit points.
Fuck
I mean, that'll probably do for now. I'm gonna
I don't have
say
a
that's.
group heal.
I'm gonna say that's fine. I have second wind. I can burn. Amon also can give me like some random heals if I need it.
You
You
could just
could
use
pop your
those
second
now.
wind now.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could do any of those now if you wanted to.
save your action economy.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me look at this. Second wind gives me.
While y'all are doing this, they get to make more rolls.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go ahead and use a second wind just because at this point I think like the best I could do is max heal. So
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get you to
That's
pull,
pretty close.
2 away. That's pretty good.
I'll take it.
As you guys finish patching yourselves up outside of a very scary looking room, which I think is ballsy as fuck, you feel fairly confident they haven't noticed you. Mantis.
I will also tell Drix, you can have one more of those if you want. 'Cause we've got 5 more of them, or should be 4 more of them left. And now feels like a good a time as any to use them.
And
Actually,
while that's happening, I'm gonna recommend like I know Deimos has splash damage. You should
Ooh.
probably go in hot with that to those guys in the northeast.
I agree. So that's 6.
6 more. Yeah. So you're close to max.
but I'm gonna get some temp. Yeah, I'm gonna get some temp HP from the symbiotic entity too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind to lead the party, and so we know there's glyphs all over the floor. I think you got the nat 20 in this room. Can we get a visual representation of those? Is there areas we can't step because it would be on a glyph, or is it like they're on the walls and not the floor?
No, they're all over the room. There's nowhere you could not go in the room without stepping on a glyph. Almost every inch of the surface area of the room is covered with overlapping writing glyphs. Some sentences, some straight glyphs. It's not like a glyph per square or anything like
It's
that.
not like a magical glyph.
It's very difficult to tell.
Okay.
You
Is
could not.
Echo on one?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to trigger though.
No, sir.
Does it look
Okay.
like the guy walking around with a cane is just like scribbling random nonsense all over the walls and the floors?
That is kind of what it looks like. Yes. I ain't gonna say it's what it is. It is
At
kinda
least
what
to
it
my
looks like.
echo, for sure.
Deimos
And
is
he's-
gonna position himself right on the corner.
I'm gonna back you up right on your backside, right
He's
up
gonna
in that
count
Dracula.
down from 5, and then once he sees everybody's ready with whatever they're ready in, he's gonna throw that fireball.
Throw it.
Spicy bull. Spicy bull.
I'm gonna wait to see what happens out of that before I do my action, but I am gonna prepare to.
You do
shoot
have
some
to-
revolver bullets.
Satisfying click of all those d6s. So nice.
So
And I think it-
technically, you have to tell me what the trigger is to your shooting the revolver to ready in action.
My trigger is to wait and see how this little swirly boy up here reacts to the fireball before I decide whether I'm gonna shoot down here or up here.
See, I was just gonna
Fire.
Eldritch Blast.
Am I
when we
allowed to
started
do
blast.
that?
No. So to ready in action, you have to tell me what you are going to do.
All right.
You can't leave room for ambiguity in between.
He launches the fireball. When he does that, I'm going to take a shot at this terrifying looking Dr. Manhattan if he was purple.
Okay.
I'm shooting 2 arrows at a zombie shaman.
Okay. Bricks and Zephyr.
Blasting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I had to process some things. Drix and Zephyr, be thinking about what you're going to do, because what's going to happen is that Demos will turn. He will throw his countdown, throw his fireball. Then we will roll initiative. You'll get a surprise round, so you all get to do the things you have ready. Demos, would you like to narrate your countdown, or are we ready to roll?
I think we're ready to roll. Chuck,
All
roll.
right. Demos finishes his countdown, turns the corner, and I like to imagine he's been like counting into his hand, turns to let's go, and breathes into this mote of fire that streaks out into the room wherever you're putting that. And tell me how many of those need to make a saving throw as you
Why don't
guys
you-
roll initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have it where you can't see it. These 3 bastards.
All 3 of them. Okay. What was the DC for that 16?
16 for my
Please roll
wizard fails.
Ooh, please roll initiatives there, friend.
Initiative.
Initiative. Double digits. That's a success for Deimos.
16 for Randy. That's
Wow,
Randy.
15s and 16s.
All right in the middle.
Who else has 16?
Alright,
Drix has
Deimos does.
I go with 18, Deimos and Randy with 16, and then Drix and Zephyr with 15.
Why didn't it auto roll initiative for these guys?
Because they're
That's the
bad.
first time I won initiative.
Hey, blow him up.
Zephyr
It's
had
funny because you
15.
have the highest bonus to it, I think. You and Randy are tied.
I know, that's what's been frustrating me this whole time.
Give you a little smack on the butt, and I'm like,
What's
go
the
get him,
point of
Tiger.
having a 20 on Dex? Jeez.
The +5 to your arrow. That's the fuck.
Unfortunately, I have advantage on initiative, so it's kind of hard to win when I get to roll twice.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand you. But I mean, it's just always low rolls. 10s, 11s at most.
It's because you got to bring up the rear.
Okay. All right, y'all. Now we're all in here.
Doop it up.
Sorry about that. So we do actually get to start on Echo because this is a surprise round. So the what did y'all call him? The Fugly Wizard does not get to go. Oh, I'm sorry. DC 16 for all of their
Yeah.
dex
mean-
save, right?
Yeah,
think
you
it
can
was
still do it in
28
the order.
on damage.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Just slightly above average, which is nice.
Oh man,
Deimos' life
16
story.
you said.
3 1s, 3 6s, a 5, and a 2. That's actually dead center. That's so funny.
What's the damage on that?
28
28.
or 14.
28. So many good rolls. Oh man. Okay. A 16 meets. So what's the half damage for that?
14.
So you do 14 damage to
Which-
the Fugly Wizard.
1 second. Do I want to waste portent on this fuck?
Because they torch him.
No, I want to save him for Japoth. I'm saving all my shit. I'll pass.
Not until we know what he does. Like, it makes me uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
to blow it here.
There.
You do 14 damage to it. You do all 20, 26, 28?
28.
28.
28 to the big thing. I don't remember all their names here. Whatever. And then you do 14 to the black hole. We're moving around a black hole. Good job. Echo, you would be first, so which were you shooting at? Go ahead and roll your damage for whatever you're shooting at. Demos, we just did your fireball. Randy, prepare yourself for whatever you
Just
were
roll
preparing
damage,
for.
automatic hit.
Roll your hit. I'm very sorry.
Hey, I tried.
He knew what he
I'm
was
doing
after.
Yeah, you did.
I was gonna do
Ooh.
sharpshooter for both, so that'd be a 9.
Okay. 9's not going to hit either of these. I'm pretty
What about a 21?
sure. 21 will hit.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry,
think,
23. Look at me
23,
doing
yeah.
Devin math.
What are you hitting?
That's the zombie shaman. 22 damage.
Okay, heard.
The Bowlbeard.
Okay.
Bowel beard. Bowel beard. Yeah.
Gross.
And
He just
if
eats it and it travels down the beard.
Yeah. I will move my echo closer to the big boy. That's it.
Alright, this is surprised. Demos, you used your action to throw a fireball.
Boom.
Randy, you're up. Drix, you're on deck. Zephyr, you're on
Alright.
deck.
I'm shooting at translucent Dr. Manhattan with my revolver. 19.
Nice.
19 will hit.
Cool. It's 9 piercing damage. I don't guess I get sneak attack here because it's a ranged attack and I don't have advantage.
Yes, sir.
That bitch didn't see us coming. It was a surprise round. I don't know if we get advantage for that, but
I think that's a subclass feature for the rogue. If they haven't went yet in initiative, you get advantage on the roll.
well, no,
Or
I'm
is
saying
that-
I think surprise gives you advantage on ranged attack. I'm not certain.
It's literally called sneak attack.
You raise a good point.
But that also brings into question Echo. If that's true, Echo should be able to get to re-roll that 14.
Oh, I don't know why I would get advantage.
I don't
Well, I'm
know if
thinking that's what I'm
surprise
saying. I
gives
think
you
range attacks on
advantage.
on surprised.
No,
That's fine.
I don't think so. I can't find a surprise condition. I do want to check sneak attack real quick though, for something
Well-
particular.
We are hidden.
I thought maybe disadvantage for certain things when you're surprised. Which I guess is much
Surprise does not directly allow advantage on attack, but unseen does.
When a creature can't see you, you have advantage on attack rolls against it.
different. But after that fireball,
Exactly. We're in initiative. It ain't a surprise no more. Demos, open
We're still
everything
in
up with a
surprise round.
firework.
we are still.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it awful? The waffling. Thanks, D&D 5e rule set. All the waffling.
The awful waffle. That's what that bearded fella looks like.
Yo.
The blue waffle.
Okay, Randy, you have a bonus action?
Bonus
Oh,
action.
did you shoot again?
Yeah, I shot again because I get 2 actions, but I rolled on that
Okay.
one, so that missed
Okay.
for sure. But for the first one, I do 9 piercing damage, and I think that's all I'm gonna do. You know what?
Okay.
Actually, I do get a bonus action. I'm gonna bonus action hide just in case.
Okay, roll a stealth check. Put that one of your bubbles on your token, please, so we don't forget it.
Okay.
I guess that's still a 26. I guess combat doesn't break past without a trace.
I don't guess. I don't know.
That's interesting.
You decide.
No, I mean, it is an item doing it, yeah, even if you get hit. Crazy stuff. Drix, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
All right, the zombie shaman is getting a moonbeam right where he's standing.
Moon
Bird.
zombie.
Huh? It is 10 foot, right?
5.
5 foot.
5 foot. I think it's a 5 foot radius.
That's good. 10
5
foot
foot.
total.
Oh, it is 10 feet.
I am gonna move it. Yeah, I'm gonna put him right there. Okay. Con save. 10. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's DC 14.
Yeah, -6 radiant damage. Okay.
Moonbeam reveal his true form as a blue waffle.
No, that is how he looks. Unfortunately.
Poor bastard.
Indeed.
All right,
Uh,
when this guy gets hit with a moonbeam, and as he kind of staggers and regains his eyesight from the blinding light, he is met with the spiritual weapon. My bonus action.
23
For
definitely hits.
23. Bam.
Drix didn't come into play.
9 for
All right. Yeah, the Starlight Spear that you guys won in Conquest. First, the Moonbeam lands, it staggers, as Ben has said, and then the Starlight Spear lances out from behind Drix's back and just spears it through the thigh. And it does not look happy with you guys. It snarls in defiance. Drix, if you don't have anything else, is Zephyr up on deck. Zephyr up.
All right. I am going to move. Hold on, I gotta measure again. Right here. And I'm going for him, as we called him, Purple Dr. Manhattan, whatever. Fucky wucky here.
Dr. Magenta.
Dr. Magenta. And I'm going to throw 2 Eldritch Blasts at him. And, oh, well, there's a 26 for sure. I'm just assuming that Unlucky 13 doesn't get anywhere.
Yeah, the Unlucky 13 would not, but the 26 definitely does.
Yeah, so
as
that's
you blast
6.
Dr. Manhattan over here. Alright.
And then, should be, yeah, within 30 feet of him. So I'm going to try and Eldritch Shove him too, as a bonus action.
16 meets.
Yeah, 7. And we're going to scoot him this way.
Bloop. Okay. Wow.
All right, and that's that.
Okay. Interesting. This creature is surprised. Oh, I'm sorry. This your thing was gone. This creature is surprised. This creature is surprised. Then we go back to the top of the round. All right. Oh, at the start of his turn, the Star Spawn Seer has to make a save, right? Or takes the damage if he doesn't make the save. For your Moonbeam. Yeah, that guy. Con save. Do that again real quick.
He's saving his cons.
Yeah, he's trying. 18. So does he take half damage or no damage?
It's
For
half.
Moonbeam, it's half.
Yeah, it's half damage. Yeah.
It's 3 damage, and now there are so many choices. All right. Yeah, it is going to. It's going to move out of the Moonbeam to here. And it's going to use. Probably going to use its collapse distance. Sorry, having decisions to make. Rix, since you're the frontliner, it's going to try to use its collapse distance on you. So I need you to make a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw for me, please. Oh,
Ooh, shit.
DC 19?
Damn.
I was reading instead of talking.
Wisdom saving. All right.
Yeah,
Collapse vowels.
collapse
Oh,
distance.
Father, give me strength. Ah,
Yeah,
23.
that's what-
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drix, you feel as it moves forward, chanting in language none of you understand. You feel this. It's almost as if your spirit, your physical form, diminishes for a second. You feel yourself being torn in a different direction before you re-solidify back to where you were standing. You tighten your will.
And your sphincter.
Mhm. I want to say, like, whatever arcane chanting was going on, Cordo, like, mockingly says it back to him.
Okay, interesting.
But he does it like how Damo speaks Thracrine. He's like, applesauce, bananas.
I don't know why. I'm picturing his chanting as like Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks. I don't know why that's like the voice that came to mind. But
Boo.
Echo, you're up. Demos, you're after a creature.
Does he look bloodied at all?
Ugly Wizard?
No.
He took half damage from the fireball. That was only 14. plus whatever else he's taking. But,
Yeah, he took like 30 damage.
I mean,
Alright, sharpshooter again.
Hmm?
Does a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Don't forget to roll that and roll 20 so that it doubles it.
And then add 10, so that's 28. First shot.
I see.
Oh my gosh. Yes! 2 nat 20s in a row
Yes.
a 1 in 400 chance. Bra fucking bo.
for
Holy shit,
29 damage.
Fuck him up.
Damn. Okay.
29
Uh,
plus 23 is 52, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna mark
Is he
down.
bloodied now,
Uh,
Devin?
Hold on, I'm not
Yep.
done.
But wait, there's more.
But wait. I'm trying to read if I can. I didn't technically move the echo first, so would you allow me to unleash incarnation? That melee attack from the echo? It says whenever I take the attack action, I can also attack.
Yeah. I would.
Alright.
I would forgive you didn't move it earlier.
Alright. So I'm gonna move up. And I'm gonna have to me as well. Alright. Here's a melee attack. That sucked.
Mm.
Oh no, you only got
Sounds
2 nat
good.
20s this turn. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was like, if you would have nat 20 on that, I would have been like, he hacked the algorithm. He's trying to make us all look stupid.
That'd be 1 in 800. That's
I would have
fucking
felt
insane.
I cheated somehow. Like, what button did I press? Oh, that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Yeah, no, do you want to describe those? Or you want me to?
I'm just going straight for
Yeah.
that
What-
weird beard belly of his. Just
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know. You do get right underneath whatever those little claw-looking things are coming out of his abdomen. Underneath each one, you watch its stomach kind of sag.
Ugh.
Solid job, Echo. This guy here. So, one of the tornado-y guys can move very quickly. Oh, perfect. It's going to move 36 feet. Interesting. I wish it would stay. So it starts here. It zooms in here, and as it stops here, it's going to use.
It takes an attack of opportunity because Drake.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
Or
fair
Polar
enough.
Master, excuse me.
Roll your attack, Drix.
Wait, what's up?
Roll your attack because something entered your range.
Oh, that's right. Actually, I'm gonna hit him with the Hail of Spores. That's 6 now.
Heard? As it enters your range of spores. It does stop. Oh, I guess it has to stop. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. Right here. It should be within 10 feet of everybody around, or most. Oh. Oh. Randy, it looks like it's not going to quite reach you. But Demos, Randy, or Demos, Drix, Echo, and and Zephyr? And Zephyr. Please make a strength saving throw as it rushes amidst you guys,
Oh, no, I'm not strong.
expands itself, and wraps around all of you. Oh man. Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
All right.
I was sweating because I've got a -1 to strength.
Wow! Drix, Demos, and Echo. You manage to kind of stabilize yourself. You sink down and resist as you kind of keep your feet. Zephyr, you are lifted up off the ground and you find yourself held aloft in the gravity of this kind of this elemental void, I've called them. And you are now forced to float along and move with it as it moves. You do get to make this saving throw at the end of every one of your turns to try to break out of its grip. And you guys probably saw me move it earlier. It does continue to move through you guys all the way down to here. Zephyr, you are unfortunately dragged with it as it carries you with it back towards this large monstrosity. It only caught Zephyr in this charge, so
Would
that's
I get
actually
to make
kind of
an
good for you
opportunity
guys.
attack?
You would. Both of you would. Drix and Echo.
Does it have to be melee?
No, I don't think so.
Rules is written, it's technically as it leaves your range, and so I think that you wouldn't even get disadvantage on it. It's
Yeah.
leaving the 5 foot.
Yeah, when it moves out of your reach.
Would I get to pick sharpshooter or not for that?
I think so.
All right, sharpshooter. Does a
Oh.
20 hit?
It does.
He shot that black hole right in his butthole.
The most generous DM.
Hey!
Ooh, snap.
Yeah, another natural.
Well,
Damn.
would Drix get another one?
Oh, that's right.
What do you mean by
So
no?
he got the first one because it moved into his reach. It's a
Oh,
feat
he
versus. Is
He
that his
technically
reaction?
wouldn't. Yeah, it
But
does take his
Deimos-
reaction. He wouldn't get
Oh.
another one.
Deimos
Oh.
should get one,
but-
though.
Well, question.
Never
Halo
mind.
of, he did Halo of Spores earlier. Is Halo of Spores a reaction, or is it just when they enter your range?
That's a better
It's
question.
a reaction.
It is a
It's
reaction.
I am going to count the roll because I asked for it, and the rule is if I don't ask for it, it doesn't count. So the inverse is true.
Oh, cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Man,
An
my
11?
D6 necrotic, 17.
17. That's doubled. To 34. Is that right?
Well, no, is it doubled?
No, I think
Yeah,
you just
that's correct.
you double the attack,
So
not
23 plus 4.
Oh, that's a good point.
the 26, 30. 30 total. For
No, no.
30.
it's
No, 'cause the
13
10 is
doubled,
doubled.
right?
No, because the 10 is doubled. You don't double the modifier, just the dice.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
23
gotcha.
plus 4 for 27.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What
Okay.
was your opportunity, Deimos?
I think it was technically more than 5 feet away from me.
Because it had a 10-foot range to catch people in.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
right there and right there. Close enough to get me in the swirlies, but not for me to scratch it back.
Yes, sir, sir. So that was the opportunity tax. All right, Zephyr, you've been swept away a little bit. Demos, it's your turn. Randy, Drix, and Zephyr, you're on deck.
Oh boy.
Now they're all clustered together, and my mind is changing. Question: Zephyr. So like I'm picturing like almost like a fucking tornado, and like Zephyr's like swirling around it.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that because Zephyr is a moving target, I could time it to where Zephyr was on the outside of their cluster? Like I could time it to where Zephyr's on this side of him?
On which side of him? What are you trying to do? This side of him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I'm trying to wait for Zephyr is like on the northeastern side of him to where he's not in the center of that cluster.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. It really just depends on how much the range is, how big the range of the spell is, so we can see if you can feasibly not land him in it.
I gotcha. But I could choose to wait till he's on the far side.
Yeah.
If that is the case, then what I'm going to do is... Oh, well, I've also got to make sure I've got enough movement.
Just obliterate my echo, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that fucker.
That's cool.
Um,
As long as Randy doesn't kill any.
I'm going to put my token here for just a second so I can measure this out.
Got my fill in the last fight. I'm good, baby.
Yeah. Could I get the 3 of those in that 30 foot?
You mean 4?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, 3 of them in Echo, yeah.
Looks like it.
Love you, sorry. I'm gonna do a Rhymes Binding Ice. Gonna try to lock down these fuckers. I need all 3 of them to make a Constitution save. And regardless of whether he makes the check or not, Echo's Echo is gone because he's frosty.
He is
Actually,
frosty.
oh, so wait, there's half damage on a save?
Yes, correct.
Okay, alright, gotcha.
There's a lovely little ice shell of him. Speaking of fire and ice,
16. Interesting. So these two, the Elemental Void and the Fugly Wizard, a Star Spawn Seer, fail.
Ooh, okay, so they are both movement speed 0. Big boy did not fail.
Big Boy did not fail.
Oh no, I don't like to hear that. Um,
Yeah.
A
It takes 10
16
damage.
hits him. If it makes you feel better.
that does make me feel a little better. I will also I'm going to use some sorcery points to quicken a spell. Should I? Oh, wait. DM question. If I cast a spell and I use quicken spell to cast a spell as a bonus action, can I still cast both? Or is it?
What do you mean?
for-
It's my understanding you can only cast a spell and a cantrip, and there's not been anyone to find a way around that. Sorcery
But for
points
lo-
might be the only one.
No, so the way that we played it when we played the previous campaign was that regardless of what you did, if you used sorcery points to quicken a spell, you could only cast a cantrip as like the secondary spell
Yeah.
action.
I
Yeah.
think the general consensus is like you can only cast a spell and a cantrip.
I think that so in Critical Role, like early days, Matt Mercer tried to allow the sorcerer to cast multiple spells using Quicken Spell, and as it turns out, it's kind of broken.
It is pretty broken. They did also allow you could do multiple spells as long as the second spell was of a second level or lower. That would be 2 sorcery points. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points. And I'm gonna try to pop the Gizzard Wizard with the Firebolt.
Alright.
13.
Does not hit. Sorry.
Not hit a Gizzard Wizard. Noted.
No, sir. Is that it for you, Jimos?
Yes, sir.
Randy, you're up. Jerks, you're on deck.
Alrighty. It's your 10-foot squares, 10, 20. I don't think I'd know this. I assume that the terrifying whirlwind is not a concentration thing. It's more like an innate ability.
Yes, sir.
So in order to get Zephyr down, I gotta kill it. I don't like bunching up. Gonna move here. And I'm gonna take a couple of shots at the Gizzard Wizard, as we call him. $24
It does hit.
for a grand total of 12 damage.
Okay.
And then for my second attack, I am going to do the same. I rolled a nat 1 twice on my second attack.
Twice,
by the way.
yeah. You're really not having fun with that revolver.
Brutal.
Are not Vash the Stampede today. That's alright though.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna. You know what? It's not something I've ever done before. As a bonus action, I'm gonna dodge.
So they get disadvantage when they try to swing the attack.
Yes.
Good job. Way to do rogue things. Randy rushes forward, fires off 2 shots with his revolver. One hits home, the other one he gets too cocky as he begins to prepare himself to avoid any altercations coming his way. Drix, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
Let's see here.
Actually, I'm gonna. Sorry, I know we just rolled, but I'm gonna change that. I just read the rules. I cannot bonus action dodge. I don't think.
You can bonus action dodge. It's part of your kit as a rogue.
That is true.
Okay, cool.
What you got, Drix?
All right. I'm gonna move 30 feet,
Yes, sir.
then use my gift of the ether to misty step an additional 30 feet. Hit this big
Oh.
old boy right here.
Okay. Solid. I like
Fuck,
it.
not so.
Oh, it's been feast and famine for y'all tonight.
20s and 1s.
Really has been.
Okay.
Uh,
I like to think
bonus
Drixie.
action.
The odds are actually
spiritual weapon.
400 to
Oh,
1 to get
there we
back to back nat ones.
Yeah, this is great. So I love to imagine. So Drix, you run, you teleport in up above him and come down with what has become one of your like signature finishers. And you watch it. It's like the anime in the first time where you reach a really powerful enemy and you're doing your finishing move and it just reaches its forearm up and blocks your strike. It cracks into its forearm and your feet come back and settle to the ground and it just stands there menacingly before your starlight spear comes up and through its lower hip and out the back. Go ahead and roll your damage for that. If you can click it and roll 20. Let's see here. We need to double that. Yeah, I like that one better. Oh god. 12 damage? There we go.
13.
13 damage. As
It was max damage too.
yeah, solid. That's your bonus
Okay,
action.
so a little bit of a meta question.
Yeah.
But it says like with the star metal spiritual weapon, it says I can attack roll ahead as if I were willing it. So can I add my D6 of necrotic damage to that, or if I?
Your D6 necrotic damage is from Halo's Force.
It's for my symbiotic.
Can you put that in chat so I can read it?
Yeah. I just,
It's just been a minute since I've read it, and that will determine if that is a yes or a no. Your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to target the hit.
Say that would be double. It's a dice of damage that you're dealing on an attack.
But it's
Like
not a
sneak attack.
melee weapon attack.
Yeah, it is.
It's-
Oh no, it's a spear that hits.
Yeah, it's a
I see.
ranged.
like the
thing
flo-
because
it's like
a
a
spiritual
floating-
weapon.
Technically, a spear is a melee weapon, Devin.
It's more like you're attacking with a spell than a melee weapon.
okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna go into no. Sorry.
I will say,
No, it's fair enough.
it's getting late, and I've got to do a show tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna bail. If y'all keep playing, that's cool. Deimos is just gonna he's gonna try to do a lightning bolt, right up this line of fuckers right here.
We're probably not gonna get to Demos' turn. Well, Zephyr's gonna go, and then it'll be 2 enemies, and then I'll probably call it.
Saying Zephyr's gonna kill 2 of our enemies? Damn. Oh,
Yes.
Zephyr then 2 enemies. I got you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, deuces, dudes.
Take it easy, bud.
What you got, Zephyr?
All right, I can like move freely and not move freely. But like I can action as much as I need. I'm not like
Yeah,
slowly
your movement speed is 0, but you can still attack it and cast spells and all that fun stuff.
which is all good. All of this is good and well. Hold on, let me do. Okay. I don't like this guy. I don't like what he's doing, so I'm gonna keep blasting on him. So we're gonna throw down 2 Eldritch Blasts. Papa. Oh, one's a nat one.
Wow, another one.
Yeah,
Another one.
another.
Yeah.
So that's pretty spicy. He's
Yeah,
still
that's
standing?
spicy. He is still standing. Definitely not looking good, but still standing.
All right. Well, he's getting shoved as well.
Oh my god, before you can shove him.
You already know
Into
the
the
answer
I'm
to
gonna
that.
shove him
moonbeam.
back towards the moonbeam.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're fucking yeeting him back.
Alright. It's just 5 feet though, right?
Yeah, it's just 5 feet.
That's 5.3 feet. It's still not quite close enough.
So close. Next
So
time.
close. Okay.
I want
Settle
him to
it.
be scared.
Alright.
As he inches closer.
He is scared. Is that all you got, Zephyr?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, well, we're about to find out how much y'all are gonna sweat today. Over the week, this guy has 90 feet of movement speed. He's gonna go right here. He's 49 and a half to get here. Sorry, I'm gonna make this where y'all can see it. Make it a circle. 10 feet. Oh, he's gonna have to use more of his movement speed, huh? Okay.
What movement speed is? It's fine.
Yeah. I'll move another 5 feet. Brandy and Echo, I need you guys to make strength saving throws for me, please, as it will use its gravity ability.
Rolled an 11.
Oh, I see. All right.
Mine was a 7.
You both. Zephyr, did I give you the damage for getting gravity?
No. Also,
Didn't-
was I able to roll to try and escape that?
You did make. You
Oh,
failed
no,
to. You failed to save, and you should have taken damage. I didn't say the damage, so I'm not going to say it for you two.
But she didn't get to roll the strength save at the end of her turn just now either.
Oh, you're right. Roll your strength save, Zephyr. You're right, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's what she was asking about.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Y'all are right. Y'all are right.
Ooh.
Oh!
Zephyr, you do manage to reassert your will and plant your feet on solid ground again so that you can move.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you other two are carried, as it had to move 55 feet, had to move some more after it moved the first time. It still has 55 minus 90 is like, what, 40-ish?
35.
Yeah, and it will move itself 30 feet to here.
That's right where I wanted
you,
to be, idiot.
You two with it.
If I had to be caught in a tornado, I'm glad I was with you today.
Start lassoing up. I'm like, Pecos Bill, baby, let's do this, big guy.
How romantic.
All right.
He swept me off my feet. What can I say?
This is going to be interesting as it sweeps you guys back towards the Star Spawn Hulk, they are called. It's the last thing that's going to get to go tonight, and we're going to find out if it's going to make things real scary or real not. Oh, God.
Like, part of me is debating whether or not to be a good player or not.
Yeah? You scared?
You did mention damage.
I did, but I didn't apply it to Zephyr. I forgot. It is what it is.
Hey, and while we're
Okay.
here, what does a Misty Step get you?
30
Out of
feet?
this terrible grapple situation? Is that what it gets you?
Yeah?
I think
would.
it does, yeah. I've Misty stepped out of a grapple.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
All
Next
right,
week.
well, it is going to use its slam attack. I think Echo and it is very coordinated. You, Echo and Randy, you guys get swept up and swept and tornadoed into this thing's reach, and it immediately reaches out and just two big hands and tries to slam attack each of you.
Sucks to be y'all.
It does.
Fucking-
Randy, this is an 11. Echo, this is a 19.
Negative.
Yeah. You do take 8 bludgeoning damage. That sounds like it rolled some 1s in there. Yeah. Rolled a 1 and a 2.
8 damage?
Yes, sir.
Thought you were saying 19 was the damage. Okay, that's not so bad.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Okay. No, that's fine. That's all I can really do. So that's where we're going to end tonight.